Well, hello there, everybody. Yeah, thank you guys for stopping by. Now, of course, I want to jump straight into the topic of the video. The video's topic, it says currently PayPal payments are unavailable, which means that if you're going to be sending money to me via PayPal, you will not be able to send money to me via PayPal until I get this resolved. Hey, TC. So, of course, nothing bad. I have a client of mine who's been my client for the past 4 years. She originally came to me in, I think, September 2015. Hey to you, girl, over there in the Midwest. And her account was compromised, so she had to dispute all her transactions. And I guess because I know what bank she banked with. That's why I got rid of Chase Bank. Chase is a little bit messy. Instead of them verifying with her all the transactions, they went ahead and disputed all the transactions. And of course, that negative my account. So I had to reach out to her, verify with her everything was okay. She said it was okay. I did not mean, that wasn't my fault. So we're going to be working that out today. PayPal has asked me to send over the evidence of that it was authorized, which I have all that. This is why I make you, and I keep saying this is why I tell you guys to send me a screenshot of you purchasing through your PayPal. I don't accept payments from other people's PayPals. You can't say, well, I'm sending money, I'm sending a PayPal payment through my daughter's account. We don't do that. Okay, so I need a picture of the purchase. I need you to contact me saying that you did authorize the purchase. So that way, if something go down in the future, I have evidence that you did authorize that. So until that is resolved, today's date is 5/21. I'm not accepting PayPal payments. You're going to have to send me payments through Google Wallet. You have to send me payments through Google Wallet, Cash App, and also Western Union. And of course, like I said, it's temporary. She'll be able to contact them today, uplift that. If she did not do that, of course, PayPal said it could be 75 days. But I'm like, girl, I don't really care because most of my clients are in person anyway. But there are people out there who do support me, who do, oh, well, let me say that. Like I said, PayPal's going to give me back my tea. That money that is owed to me. And yeah, so anyway, so until that's resolved, like I said, hold off on PayPal payments. Please still email me, verify with me the options, and we'll go from there. And hopefully that'll be resolved, like I said, today, and they'll have it gone by Friday. Anyway, so that's what I want to jump into. The second thing I want to jump into, of course, and I keep telling you guys this, do not do this, because of course, people always watch and they try to let me know things. And you're probably like, bitch, what the fuck are you talking about now? So I always tell people, do not use the lives as an opportunity to ask me about casework, events, services, classes. Do not do that. Use my email, use the phone number if you have it, text that. Do not use the live chat for that because people watch and then they feel some type of way because I've told people don't do it and they're like, well, you said I can do it. Why could blah, blah, blah do it? And you got favoritism and then why I can't do it? And you let her do it and you let him do it and I didn't do it. So like I said, do not use the public room as a way to ask about products and services. Just send the email, send over the payment, that's it. For the full moon rituals, we're actually done because, of course, it is Tuesday now. So if you did not join that event, you did not join that event. It is what it is. We worked our tea. We're done with that. How you doing? But like I said, maybe the next events. But like I said, when I offer event services, send me an email, and ask your questions there. Hey, I want to join. What I need, blah 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 blah. Android, typically, when I offer the events, I will do a video on this. On the information. Okay, so that is that. Now, I'm not going to be here very long, y'all, because I just got home. I got to do some things. And I have a very, very important meeting with someone today. So I got to prepare myself for that mentally, physically, and spiritually. But I wanted to share something with you guys that was a strange event. No, there's many strange events that are taking place. Okay, so and this is just probably for me because of course our perceptions are really our experiences, right? So there's just been a lot of crazy stuff going down. I told you guys when I see rabbits, right? When I see rabbits, now we have a lot of wild rabbits on the outskirts of my city, but not in the inskirts of my city. So I live on the outskirts of my city, and you see a lot of like squirrels, skunks, raccoons, just doing nothing. They'll be in people's yards, in front of people's doors. You'll just see weird stuff. Strangely, I've not seen like rats or anything, but I've seen squirrels, raccoons, rabbits and stuff. But in the inner city, I want to say last week, probably like Wednesday, starting Wednesday of last week, I was seeing a lot of wild rabbits, like at nighttime. Like I would turn down a street and I'll see a rabbit just jumping across or running across. And it was just like, what the fuck? You know, so I'm like, something is coming. And typically when I see rabbits, it's something strange that's coming. And it's something strange typically with the weather. So I saw these rabbits. A raccoon was actually very, very nice, y'all, believe it or not, on Thursday. I thought it was a cat following me. And I'm literally just walking. I get into the light, Caroline, and I look over. It's a fucking raccoon. The raccoon stops, starts scratching himself like he had fleas or something. And I was like, hey, raccoon, how you doing today? Okay, woo, bitch, y'all. Bitch, when I tell you I broke it to that car, bitch, I didn't care if wigs fall off. I don't care if drawers fell off. I didn't give a bitch. I was hitting it to that car like, bitch. So anyway, the raccoon just looked at me like I was dumb and kept on with his damn business, honey. I don't know if it was a girl or a guy. I'm assuming it's a guy because it's by itself. So it just kept on with his business. And I said, oh, it was actually kind of cute. I said, I wish I could have took that raccoon home with me. And my friend was like, yeah, you go and you do that. But anyway, so it actually was, we have something called an atmospheric ocean. And if you don't know what that is, it's basically where there's a lot of water in the atmosphere and it just starts pouring down, raining for a long time and the clouds do not move. So we have that. And of course, people know that up here it's a lot of agriculture. A lot of your grapes and oranges and prunes and all that good stuff come from California. Some of them come from like central to like Fresno and Selma. We have a Selma, California, where a lot of your grapes come from. But up here, there's a lot of places that even manufacture you guys' stuff, peaches and all that good stuff. So, and wines, a lot of your wines come up here, the good wines. But anyway, so, you know, a lot of us been asking for rain because they're like, you know, there's a drought. We don't have water, blah, 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 blah. And a lot of us, you know, we just been asking for water. And sure enough, bitch, we're getting 2 months of water within a week's period of time. Like literally today was the only day it wasn't raining, but it was pouring down yesterday. It was also snowing, y'all. Like in certain parts, it was snowing. Like literally, there's pictures on Instagram. You look up my city, there's people posting pictures of on Instagram where like parking lots were covered in snow, people's yards were covered in snow, to where you actually thought it was fucking sandbags. And then there was floods. They shut down some streets. Thank God none of my streets were shut down. But it was just weird to see that, y'all. And I was like, bitch, I'm gonna go in the house because there's a lot of potholes around here. I'm not fucking on my car, bitch. To get my control arms fixed and shit is a lot of money. And I'm just like, bitch, I just got my shit repaired, bitch. We're not doing that again. So moving forward, that's what happened. And of course, magically, energetically, that's good because that happened around the full moon. Today's the last day of the full moon energy. And for those who've been focusing on that, you know, reflecting on that, you know, you're boosted up for the fucking summer solstice. Okay. So outside of all that, I had a recollection in this situation, right? I was out in this storm yesterday. And as I'm out in this storm, I don't even know how I even was driving, y'all, paying attention, but not really paying attention. I revisited a dream that I had around Thanksgiving. And I don't know if I shared it with you guys on YouTube. Because I really try not to share my dreams and stuff because a lot of stuff that I dream about are really deep, and sharing those things with some people, they can misinterpret them, they can take it a whole nother way, and just like I said, there's just haters here, and it's too draining. And I'm gonna be totally honest with you guys, like I'm here to help people, and there's a lot of people that's reaching out to me for help, and that's my passion. So to get distractions from people who I don't like, they don't like me, we're not cool, we're never gonna hang out, and just keep doing the same redundant stuff over and on. And then also the fact that these are grown women, like it's annoying. So to stop the distraction, to stop things from going elsewhere outside of me here helping my people and focusing on them getting their results, I don't share a lot of stuff with you guys. And I'm sure you guys notice that because people send me emails. They say, yeah, your other channel, you had a lot of information on. Yeah, but that's before the haters popped up and was trying to do what they were doing. And just, y'all, like, they really try to make themselves known. Like, they email me, you just y'all, psycho shit. So I just don't have time for that. So that's why I don't share stuff with you guys. And it's another reason I offer events, I offer classes so that you can have the opportunity to address and ask questions and we don't have any interference. But like I said, eventually I will only use my YouTube platform to share ideas and stories and that's it. For events and all that good stuff, and you know, we want to know about this now, that's going to be in person only, or you're going to have to get into a class or something. Because like I said, there's haters here, and even going into why I charge for that, because of course the hater ain't going to pay me a motherfucking dime, and that's why we do that. You know, for free, bitch, they going to be here getting up that team. We're not doing that. I have a lot in this cranium, honey. Okay, I have a lot up in here. And, you know, I think what I have is very sacred, and I'm just not going to be feeding my motherfucking haters. And that's just what it is. So, like I said, a lot of things, ideas I have, I do not share on YouTube. I do not do videos on, because people are always watching, taking notes. And, you know, they do videos on top of videos of what I'm talking about. And it's just like, girl, we're not doing that at all. You know, at all, honey, we're not doing that. So, anyway, so I had a recollection of a dream I had in November. And like I said, I don't know if I shared it with you guys, but this dream, basically it came full circle in this storm. So the dream that I had was I was at some type of resort, and this resort was, in my opinion, of what I feel, in a valley somewhere, but very high up, like high up in elevation, because the air felt fresh, it felt clean. And it started off at nighttime, and we're at this resort, and we're at this place with water, clear water. So that's always a good indication, clear blue water, and a lot of steam, a lot of fog. And I just felt this spirit with me, like this female ghostly spirit with me. And I even asked myself in this dream, like, am I a dream, or is this real? Like, did I forget that I'm doing this, or is this a dream? And of course, bitch, you don't tell yourself, oh yeah, this is a dream, bitch. But anyway, of course, I realized it was a dream towards the end. So this spirit was just following me to where I'm just like, okay, bitch, who are you? Right? Who are you? And I couldn't really see if this spirit was, you know, what race or whatever, but I know this spirit was a female. And I literally come out of this resort into this parking lot, and there was a lot of cars, and instantly the cars vanished, right? And there's a reason for that too. But I go into this parking lot, and the sky is now starting to become daylight, and I see planets in the sky. The one that really stood out to me was the moon. And now that I see one moon, but I've seen several moons, and I'm not going to go into the numbers and what exact numbers, because of course, like I said, people who can interpret dreams could go into that. We're not breaking all that stuff down. But I saw not just one, but I saw multiple moons. And, you know, going into the moon stuff, that's very symbolic for cycles and completion and wholeness. Moons also symbolize feminine energy. So going even into the whole sun energy and all the good stuff, you're dealing with masculine energy. But even going into that scientifically, you know, anyway, we're not getting into that. So I'm looking at this moon, and that's what caught my attention. And I was still aware of this female ghost or apparition energy there. But what caught my attention was all these moons. And I'm like, this gotta be a fucking dream. So I'm like pinching myself, and I can literally feel myself pinch myself. And I'm like, what the fuck? So instantly, this sky turns black, okay? And this sky turns so black so quickly that I was like, what the fuck is this? It was birds, raven birds, y'all. Raven fucking birds, just by thousands of moons covering the sky. And when I picked out that's what it was, they literally started spiraling down. But now they were nowhere near me, right? You can see them spiraling down around me though. They were nowhere near me. When they started spiraling down, I felt like a very eerie feeling. Now, when I feel an eerie feeling, I usually feel it in my root, and I felt that in my root area. And I look over and I see this female apparition, and I'm seeing her somewhat clear because, like I said, once again, I cannot see what race she is, what ethnic she is, but I can say that she was a light-skinned person, and she instantly vanished, right? And more things happened. Like she vanished, the birds started doing a little thing, the moon started coming closer, and I instantly woke up. This was about November the 24th, 25th, because I'm gonna have to look at my phone because I texted my friend as soon as I woke up and I told her about it. I said, girl, I had a very, very crazy dream, and there's a lot of symbolism in this dream, and I don't know what it is. But it never crossed my mind, y'all. And literally a few days later, my sister passed on. And I did not know. And people, I keep telling this to people because some people are like, like, I did not know that my sister was even on her way out at all. Like, literally, I think November the 19th, my sister texted me, and I didn't even know she texted me, but I thought about her on that day. And I think I was on Facebook and I saw her bubble pop up, but I didn't open it or see anything what she typed. And then literally November the 22nd, I was like thinking about her a lot. And I was so busy. I did not reach out. I did not call my mom. I did not call my sister. I was just like, whatever. But I felt something. And literally, I have that dream 2 days later, and I still didn't put two and two together. But literally, a day before my sister passed on, my mom contacted me and said, "Your sister, it was your sister wishes for me not to tell anybody, but now I feel like you should know." So literally about my sister's passing, I learned the day before she passed on. So that's why it was so hard for me to get over that situation, because I know that if my sister would have told me during that time, like the 22nd is when she started getting there, then something could have been stopped. And even going into stopping certain things, then of course that would have had a ripple effect on other things. And I won't even go into that. But that dream that I had was spirit showing me that many things, but one of them was that my sister was passing. And that feminine apparition that I had with me was actually my sister exiting out. Because I tell people it takes 7 days for people to completely exit out of their body. So even if you are alive, let's say, for example, if you are someone who has a fatal car accident and you just die instantly, leading up to that point, you're exiting out because your spirit knows when it's your time to exit out your body. And of course, in this life, I've not exited out my body, but I've dealt with a lot of spirits that have passed on, during their freshly passed on period, and even some later. Like something goes off in your body to where bitch, my time is here, my time is coming. And even going into, as I said, the ancestors, they prepared themselves. The ancestors actually knew when they were going to pass on. They cleaned their house, they prepared themselves, they laid there. Someone came in, usually the next person to take over. They will come in, they will say their prayers. Everybody will see the ancestor will pass on. And we're talking about slavery. We're talking about prior to that. Hold on. So yes, so something goes off to where we know something is coming, but we don't know exactly what that is, right? And that's what that was. Spirit was showing me what was going on. And I was not aware of what was going on until that last moment. And so yeah, that's something like I said, I had a memory about. Yeah, you're gonna see it because you're doing too much. You need to go outside and go pee. So he's like, bitch, I'm moving around. So that's what I had a memory about. And that's what I remembered that dream. Yes. And I was like, I want to get on YouTube on the shit out of people, because that was just like a trippy thing to encounter that again and to actually see it vividly. And even now, like I'm seeing it all over very vividly. And that was actually, I won't say the warning sign, but honey, this is what's to come. And even like I said, after in that dream, there was a lot of things that pertained to her. And I should have paid attention to it. But even like my friend said, like you wouldn't have known, like that she wouldn't have that you wouldn't put two and two together. And I was so busy, I was so caught up that I didn't even bother to want to interpret like what did that dream mean? Or why did I have that dream? Because I knew what, like I said, everything in that dream meant, like the symbolism and all this other good stuff. But it was like directly to you. And even during that time, I think I was doing work for someone. And then to even make things even more crazier, around the same time, one of my people that are very close to me had another dream of a deceased person. And we're barely sharing this like today. She had a dream about a deceased person who was giving her heads ups about situations as well, to where some of the situations she was giving a heads up about, she's dealing with right now. And she actually was told something about my situation because I remember her calling or texting, I want to say in the beginning of November, and she was telling me something about your sister, your sister, your sister. Like my sister was developing like asthma-like symptoms. And when she told my sister, I'm going to tell your sister, my sister's like, no, 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 please don't, please don't. So that's what I'm telling you. Like my sister knew she was going. My sister had come to that conclusion last year. In the beginning, it was very, very bad for her. She made it out, of course, with prayer and positive thinking. But even going into my grandmother passed on. My grandmother had very close calls to her exiting out. And towards the very last end, I remember everybody thought she was going to die. And I literally had a dream of water, because water is rejuvenation, it's restoration, it's renewing. Water is also something coming in, something changing. We'll just say a water symbolizes changes, great changes. And I remember somebody was in the pool and they were kind of like paraplegic. And I don't know why, but the impression I got was restoration, restoration. And I woke up and I told my mom, I was like, Mama, you don't got to worry about it. Nana's going to be okay. But we got 2 years with her. And my mom thought I was joking. I said, we got 2 years with her. And my mom was like, really, 2 years? Y'all, we had exactly 2 years. Like, kid y'all not. We had exactly 2 years. Like, literally, I want to say it was probably a year, 2 years, and probably like 3 days. But it was 2 years. And my mom gagged, my auntie gagged, because they were like, bitch, yeah. So same thing with my sister. Like she knew she was going. She didn't want nobody to step in. She didn't want nobody to intervene. She said, "Bitch, this is my time. I'm ready." And like I said, like we had cousins that passed on. We have friends of the family that passed on. And that's what I tell people. Like I'm not like boasting myself up. I'm not like telling myself like, "Oh, I'm better than people." Blah blah blah. But from my background and my upbringing, like my family, a lot of people are very much, I won't say bummy people because they're successful in their own way, but they're drug dealers, they're boosters, they just do a lot of stuff and they don't kill, but they're into that other shit. And I myself wanted something different. So, like you said, death is not something new to us. It's not something that's new. And even going into younger people dying and people going, and even going into the people that die, like my brother's best friends and stuff, and people that he called his brother, like they passed on. So literally within 3 years, a lot of people we know passed on. So my sister, I know she was like, bitch, I'm gonna let go. Because even going into that, like you have the option to fight for your life or to give up. And my sister was just like, bitch, I'm done. And she was checked out. And even going into the text message I got from her in September, she was like, bitch, I'm done, like flat out. And I didn't really understand what the hell she meant by that. But now I'm like, that's what it was. So like I said, with that, my sister, like I said, she was ready. But I didn't know she was going until literally the day before. Like I would even say 2 days before she passed, because I believe my mother told me on a Thursday night. So 2 days before it was we'll say a full whole day. It was a full whole day. I did not know. And I was like, ooh. And me and my mom, we got him. So I was like, why didn't you tell me? And you could have told me. And you could have blah, blah, blah. And she's like, your sister told me that she didn't want nobody to know. And blah, 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 blah. She didn't want nobody to say nothing to her. And I'm like, girl, like I didn't have that opportunity to say what I wanted to say to her. But of course, passing on, bitch, spiritually things got through. But of course, spiritual stuff is not the same as physical stuff. Like physically, it's totally different. Hugging people, touching people, smelling people, that's different. Spiritually, it's a whole nother thing. It's kind of like you walking into a dark room, knowing that someone's there, and based off of your memory or based off what images they're describing to you, that's how you communicate with them. And that's the best way I could describe to you communicating with my sister once she passed on. So, like I said, that's why it was so hard for me, because it was like, ooh. And even going into a whole bunch of shit about sacrifices, this is my passion, spirituality, and I gave up a lot of opportunities to be here on YouTube and to share what I have with people. And that's why I tell people I get so frustrated, I get so irritated, I get so annoyed when I see spiritualists out here that know nothing about magic at all. Like they know nothing about the true power of spirit. And they come on YouTube and other forums, Instagram, and they put on this show as if they know what they're talking about. And you have people that are new to this stuff, that is open to this stuff, who really could benefit from some real stuff, get caught up in that. And they start going down that puppet road. And to see that, it's like, whoa. And there's nothing you could do about it, because you can't force people to drink. You can't beat a dead horse. Let's say you can lead a horse water, but you cannot force it to drink. So that's why, like I said, that's what frustrates me. That's what irritates me. And that's the reason why I offer my classes. And people think, oh, she's offering classes because she want money. Like, bitch, there's a lot of stuff I can do for money, as I keep saying over and over again. And the whole purpose of me not offering classes for free, because that's taking time out of other stuff I could be doing, no tea, no shade. And I still have bills I have to pay. But at the end of the day, I'm not a spiritualist for pay. I'm not here to, just because it's a money-making opportunity. I'm not here. And I told y'all, there's even people who came to me for services that was like, I think I'm going to start offering spiritual services too, because that's a cute little hustle. What? Like, if it's not your calling, it's not your calling, boo-boo. If it took you 40 years to decide to be a spiritualist, or 45 years to decide to be a spiritualist, it's not for you. And there's nothing wrong with you getting information and using your information to help, like, family members who can use it, who's probably never going to be able to come on YouTube and get that type of insight. But definitely to say, like, I'm going to start offering spiritual, I'm going to open up my own shop, it's kind of like, girl. And like I said before, when it's time, because those spirits have been released, when it's time for that stuff to be completely come around, you're going to slowly see these motherfuckers fall off. And it's not even about falling off of YouTube and all that, because of course YouTube like entertainment. I keep telling you that YouTube is into that fake stuff. The faker you are, the more entertaining you are, the more YouTube is going to promote you. The more authentic you are, the more real you are, then it's kind of like, ooh, boring. Oh God, we can't do this. Ooh, this bitch is so boring. Oh, and that's frustrating. And even going into people I know who used to be on YouTube who fell off. Like a lot of these spirituals out here, we won't say a lot, but the one in particular was like, yeah, there was other people on YouTube who stopped coming on here. Yeah, they stopped coming on here because people like you are a distraction. Instead of you coming here, you're doing your good research and learning real shit. You come out, you read a self-taught book, and now all of a sudden you're a queen of hoodoo, and now you're out here sharing bogus ass shit with people, and then you wonder, well, how is this, and why is this, and that? And it's just like, yeah, that you're out here misinforming people, and it's too much. It's too much, and it's why people ask me, who are also spiritualists who are no longer on YouTube, or who still get on YouTube, or who get on social media but they won't do YouTube at all, and they're like, how do you do that? How do you do with that? Yeah, because I'm here for a purpose, and I'm a driven person. And when I have a purpose for something, I fight for that purpose. But sometimes it's just like, oh my God, bitch, I'm on YouTube to share some real fucking tea, and you're getting these grown ass little girls coming in trying to distract people that really have no life. And that's why I say, bitch, if there's 2 suns, 20 suns, and they falling on the planet, bitch, I'm okay with that, because we know that in the process, the civilization will be reset. And we got a lot of fools out here misleading and doing some stupid ass shit. We got motherfuckers that couldn't manage their life, but yet spirit talked to them. And I tell people this, spirits are always there, and this is why I tell you why it's so important to give to your spirits and worship or venerate your ancestors, because they're always there. And if you live 40 years or 44 years or 50 years or 60 years ignoring these callings, right? Ignoring these signs. You can't tell me that when you decide to do it, those spirits are going to say, we're still here, baby. We're going to support you, because you have to grow into it. And if it took me, like I said, 15, 16 years to get where I'm at, I don't even think I'm at the top. Then there's no way, bitch, because you're older than me, that you decided to study this at a later age, because it's a money-making opportunity for you. It's a hustle for you, because you can't get a job nowhere else because you're a felon. You can't tell me, bitch, that you've mastered everything and you've become the best you possibly can be, and this way you're able to teach people. And there's no way. So this is why I said, I'm not into that old back and forth bullshit, because, that's lame and I got nothing to prove. And the people that, I gotta prove something. Let's make a YouTube channel. Let's use fake pictures. Like, yeah, bitch, you're my biggest fan. You definitely have something to prove. You want to prove that you're better than. And in reality, when push come to shove, you came here for what I'm here for. And that's to give people tea, and also, take care of what I need to take care of. But bitch, in the end, bitch, you're teaching people what you've read in Raymond Buckland books. You're teaching people shit that you've read inside of forums. As we expose when people are sending me screenshots of these people in forums asking questions about spiritual shit. What is a lemon? What is lemon used for? But you're a high priestess? How do you not know the basics of the lemons? Like, people use lemons. Lemons is in everyday life. Like, people use lemon scented pine sol, lemon scented ammonia, lemon scented fabuloso, like lemon, you make lemonade, you make lemon, when you drink, you put salt, lemon, and whatever. Like, there's so much shit. Like, why would it not cross your mind and say, let me look into what lemons do? So you did all this shit for 15, 16 years, and now all of a sudden lemon cross your mind and say, what is lemons good for? That don't sound right. Especially going into hoodoo and in real magic, you work with what you got. If you don't have, food coloring, bitch, you learn how to go out into nature and die that way, because berries and fruits and vegetables also die. So it's like, that's what you go do. You work with what you have. And like I said, going into hoodoo, or we should say old way hoodoo, bitch, they work with what they had. They didn't have money like that. And even if they did have money, they didn't want to go to the shop and what are you getting that for? Because people do that. What you buying that for? I see you getting all those candles. What is that for? So imagine during that time where they were asking. So bitch, no, they weren't out here buying shit like that, bitch. They worked with what they had. But now, like I said, you got all these motherfuckers that are new age spiritualists that claim they've been doing this for a long time, teaching y'all, you gotta have this, you gotta go get this. If you don't have that, that ain't gonna work. You gotta get this. And it's like, they obviously learned from a motherfucker who didn't know shit. They obviously did. They obviously learned from a motherfucker who gave them a little bit of the truth, and then they said, well, this is what I'm gonna make out of the truth, or this is my interpretation, so let me share that. And so like I said, that's just all bad. And, things are going to change. Things are definitely going to change. And this is why I said a lot of us are going within and within, honey. And we're spreading out. We can leave the YouTubes and these forums and these things for the people that want it so bad. I gotta have it. This is me. I watched Harry Potter. I watched all these Harry Potter movies, and I said, that's fun and interesting. And now I want to do what Harry Potter did. And y'all can have all that, because the people that you're eventually they're going to wake up. Like, we live in a age of things being brought to the light. Eventually they're going to wake up. They're going to catch on to your bullshit, and bitch, you're going to be left out in the motherfucking rain. And who knows, you might even get locked up too, bitch, because you out here believing your own damn truths. And they're going to say, well, she came across genuine. She sure did. Yeah, because she believed her own damn lies. Psychotic, 5150. Hello, 5150 over here. Go over there to Alabama, 5150. Oh yeah, over here we got, oh, that's one thing too. Hey, Jangels, how you doing? Yes, honey. Listen, they sure did. Come on. Water fluidity in and out. I know that's right. You get first to know because you are about you. Come on, TC. And you know what? That's why I be like, I don't want to see that shit. Like, I don't want to see, like, people they used to share. Now they stopped. They used to share these fake people stuff. And it would just be like, oh my God. It's kind of like you knowing how to make a cake from scratch and you see videos of people fucking the shit up. Like, how hard is it for you to get flour, baking soda, baking powder, salt if you want it, bitch? How hard is that? Egg, depends on what type of cake you want to make. Like, bitch, how hard is that? Mix it together, put the oven on a certain, temperature, grease your pan and put an oven in, that's it. Like, how hard is that? But they will literally make videos fucking this shit up. Well, I think I put two. Oh, well, I'm not going to just put salt. I'm going to also put some imitation almond extract in it. I'm going to also put a little bit of yeast in it because I want it more bready. And then also put in the oven. Oh, well, y'all, you got to keep checking on your, like, no. Then they try to get on you and be like, well, everybody don't do it the same way. That's the way they want to bake their cake. Well, your grandmama baked a cake, right? And if your grandma didn't bake a cake, there's elders out there that baked cake. Ask them if they checked on their cake every damn 10 or 15 minutes. And you see what they say. Very much into spiritual stuff. For those of you who, I'm a real witch, I'm a hereditary witch, ask your people. Like I said, people who are that, you're not out there saying that, bitch, because there's really people out there that really try to fuck shit up. And that's where we're going to keep it at. But you have people that, that are out there, like I said, they're older. Ask them questions. Ask them. On the East Coast, you have a very powerful, well-known spiritualist out there, honey, named Lori Cobot, honey, over there in Massachusetts. You go ask her questions about, what's going on. Matter of fact, I encourage y'all to do that out there. Y'all go ahead out there in Salem, Massachusetts, girl. Hello, Lori Cobot, honey. Okay? The woman to bring University of Massachusetts Wiccan being taught as a science. Come on, Miss Thing. Who you doing? You go out there and see, because you got people out there in the South as well. But like I said, none of them are on motherfucking YouTube. And you ask them questions, well, what do you think about this? What do you think about ammonia? What do you think about bleach? What do you think about people on YouTube talking about? What do you think about a woman fighting with a younger person? What do you think about a woman who says she's comfortable being a woman fight with a transgender person? Like I said, it's not what people say, it's their actions. Like I said, if I was a cisgender woman, I will not sit here and argue with someone who I think is not a real woman. That's not my tea. That's not no tea, no shade. That's like when a man argues with a lesbian stud. Like, you're arguing with a lesbian stud, bitch, because you're not secured in your manliness. You feel like that lesbian stud is going to take over your tea, and or that lesbian stud is pulling more masculine energy than you are, and that makes you feel some type of way. And that's why you're going so hard. Going into racial stuff, too. If you're so secured in your foundation of who you are, then there's no need to try to argue and change people's mind, because you're not going to change my mind. And I keep saying that. Bitch, I've been around to know enough, bitch, you're not going to change any of my opinion. So now you can talk about me being transgender, what I look like, what I do, how I buy. You're not going to change that. I'm going to still do that. I'm still going to be that way because that's who I am. Okay. So, like I said, there's just a lot of stuff that people are doing in this community, and it's why a lot of people are not fucking with them, and it's why a lot of people are exiting to the left, and you see them getting groups of other fucktards and other people that ain't doing shit, ain't gonna be shit. All y'all been doing this for 10 or 15 years, and y'all still stuck in a little ass butt fuck town that nobody cares, nobody even knows who you are. You go there and ask people right now, do you know who blah 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 is? High Priestess Cameroon. They say, who the hell is that? Wait, she's a High Priestess Cameroon for 15 years and nobody in the community know who she is? That's a gang. Oh, that's a real gang, honey. I'm from Bucksia. Nobody in Bucksia know who you are. That's a little odd. But you ask about me and watch they tell you. Come over here in my city and ask about me and watch they tell you, bitch. Who you doing? Okay? Because I get around. Who you doing? And we're not talking about sexually. We're talking about getting around, because y'all know, what to say, girl, I'm a sex working spiritualist. Let me be that bitch. Let me be that sex working spiritualist bitch. But anyway, yes, come on, TC. I'm not one of your customers, but I learned from you so much. Thank you, J Angels. Good morning, Mina Senegal. How you doing? There was something else I wanted to say, but it slipped my mind. So I think it's not important for me to speak about at this time. There's a lot of things that I'm going to be doing. And of course, I know I always say that, but there's some things that I kind of have to reflect on a little longer. And I got to kind of ask questions because, of course, there's a lot of stuff out there that should not be shared and should not be given. And, I just want to say, power to the people. And, also going into this, when I say power to the people, I mean like loving people, not like a race thing or anything like that. But, I just want to say this. I just want to say one thing to my LGBT spiritual people out there, my Burdash, my two-spirited people and the spirituals out there who are gender indifferent, gender in questioning, and your sexual orientation is a little alternative, right? Because that fits in perfectly, right? Your lifestyle is an alternative lifestyle. Your way of thinking is alternative, right? So spirituality actually fit that label LGBT, right? You're just outside of the norm. But I want you to think about this for a minute, and this could be applied for everybody too. I want you to research your history. I want you to look up exactly. If you are a Black woman, I want you to research the history of Black women since the beginning of time. If you are a white woman, I want you to research the history of white women. If you are a gay man, I want you to research the history of gay men. If you are a lesbian woman, I want you to research the history of lesbian women. If you are a Muslim man, research the history of Muslim men. If you are a transgender woman, I want you to research the history of trans women. If you are a trans man, I want you to research the history of trans men. Because of course, there's a lot of stuff that speaks about your destiny. And because of you not wanting to take responsibility and or continue to carry on that torch, you now will be put into a certain cycle. We call it a reset. And when you get into this reset of a cycle, things start going backwards for you, and a lot of things start getting worse for you. So I just kind of want to speak about that, because going into a lot of this hate and a lot of this anger that's out here, you have a lot of people out here who are, and we talk about my haters, who are befriended with transgender people, that are, I don't know what they are. But because they're advising these women on what transgenders are, these women are assuming that transgenders are all that way. And if they're not that way, then they're not really transgender, meaning, parading around town, Miss Things, Shazay and Shantae, putting, sarongs on, twerking and shit with their nutsack hanging out, getting on camera with dry ass wigs and shit, just doing crazy stuff. So they feel like if you're not doing that, then you're not really trans. And I had to bring this up to one of my people the other day because, we were talking about how, the variations of people and how these people actually sit here and be like, that's not really a transgender because I've been around trannies and act like that. And then you look at these trannies that they've hung with and you're like, that's not really a transgender. That's actually a drag queen, because a transsexual would never, and I'm speaking from my own experience, a transsexual who is about a 9, okay? When it comes to anybody knows about the Harry Benjamin standard of care is 1 through 10. Someone who's about 8.5, that's about a 9, you know exactly what it is. I'm not going to label myself a drag queen. I'm not even going to do drag shows. I'm not even going to do anything that would ever put me in that label, because we know that in the history, Stonewall and all that you had trans women fighting to be different. I'm not a man. I'm not a drag queen. I'm not a cross-dresser. I'm a woman, going into the women's stuff. So you have people fighting for that. And even some of these people, I think they're born in the 70s and 60s. So you should know that. And just sit here and be like, well, I'm a transsexual, but yet you're a drag queen. There's no such thing as a tranny drag. I'm a transsexual, but I call myself a man. There's no such thing as that. Like, are you a transsexual, which means you identify as a woman? Are you a transgender or transsexual, but you identify as a man because you're born anatomically a male and you still identify as male? Then that makes you either a gay male who gender bends, or that makes you a cross-dresser. It doesn't make you a transsexual. So you look at, once again, these haters who speak about that, and it's like, okay, well, the people y'all fuck with put silicone or saline or cement in their face, and still call themselves a man. They do drag shows, and that's not the only way to make money, being a queen, a transgender woman. There's a lot of men out there that are willing to be your sugar daddy. Okay. You can escort, you do a whole bunch of other stuff because you're fucking and sucking for free anyway. Shout out to St. Petersburg out there in Bloomington, Indiana, honey. And Fort Wayne too, where all the girls be out here, sucking and fucking for free, but out here drag performing for coin. Don't make sense. But that doesn't make them a trans woman. So when you meet someone like me who does not do that, well, that's not really a transsexual, because that person get on camera and talk about this, and that, and they disrespect women. Bitch, you disrespect a woman. You are a gender, you are a cisgender female, and everything in your life has been a disgrace of feminine energy. It's been a disgrace, a disrepresentation, negative representation of what females are. I grew up with females, which most of my family are females, and if ever, even the ones who boost, who stole, who did all that, they still took care of their kids though. They still took care of their kids and still make sure their kids take care of. They didn't get on the internet. They didn't want to do shit. They just didn't do it. And even going into the older people, as you get older, you get wiser. You don't fight with people who are your children age or younger than your children, because that should make you feel some type of way. Like, I know if a 13-year-old came here and tried to fight with me, or even a 10-year-old, bitch, someone who's like 20 years younger than me, like, I would feel real dumb if I'm sitting here arguing with a 10-year-old. Like, I would feel real dumb, honey, to be sitting here going back and forth about shit that, first of all, in my mind, I know this 10-year-old have not experienced. Second of all, girl, bye, there's no way. So to see all that, it's like, what you're talking about, somebody hate women. I think you hate women. I think you are a woman who hates women, because if you loved women, then you would do everything that you possibly can to represent them in a brighter light. And if you are a woman, you would be that representation. You would say, well, this is how women are, and I'm going to show you guys how. But the way you act and how you have displayed yourself up on your YouTube channels and shit, bitch, you act like a nigga. And that's what I said, honey. And it's even sad because some of these lesbians don't even fuck with you. And that's kind of crazy, because a lot of lesbians like heterosexual women. So to see these lesbians say, I wouldn't fuck that bitch if she had $1 million. Like, it's like, girl, that's how you really know you've turned these people off. You've turned people off. But of course, people that you cater to, the mentally ill, the bummies, the people that are depressed, because of course, you know, depression is a darkness. You don't see anything outside of that depression. So when someone gets down in that depression with you and they share their very depressive ways with you, you start to be familiar with them. Like, oh, bitch, I can relate to her. And so you take that person on as who you are. So when someone who's been in a depressive state, who actually, got out of that, who actually woke up, who actually balanced out, and when they see that you're down there in that darkness and they step in and say, hey, this is the way, because you can't see past that dark wall, you're like, fuck you. I'm not doing that, bitch. You think I don't like you, bitch. You're nothing like me. And you start calling shit out. And that's just crazy thing about that, but that's how it is. So going into that, that's why a lot of these people have mentally ill followers. This is exactly why they cater to people who are single women, who could do better, but they don't want them to do better. They want to keep them trapped in their lower self. They want to, girl, stay down there, girl, be there. You know, they want to cater to that. They want to keep you sick. So, and in the nursing community, I think they call it Manchurian. I think it's called a Manchurian disease or Manchurian syndrome, where the mother or the nurse will purposely, the mother will purposely make her kids sick to nourish them back to health, but she will nourish them back to health only in what she views as healthy. So she'll never fully nurse in the full health, because she don't want them to see what she's doing. And that's how I feel a lot of these people are out here doing with these people. So they're making you sick to act like they're offering a solution to keep you trapped, and even going into them not even knowing what to do to heal, because they're not healed. And this is why I tell you guys, somebody told me that they actually asked their spiritualists for psychological reports. I got no problem with that, bitch. I can give you my psychologist, therapist, and counselor number with their license number, with their phone number, with their email. And you can gladly call and ask about my mental state. We can go into references of clients that I've worked with who've had real serious work and had success. I got no problem releasing that. But she hit up one of these spiritualists and asked them that. And they told her, why do I need to get help from a doctor when I'm a spiritualist? And I'm like, girl, even a doctor have a doctor. Even a therapist have a fucking therapist, bitch. Ain't no self-medicating. But people who self-medicate also self-teach. And people who self-teach when it comes to spirituality, is just certain things you have to be initiated into. And that's like you tell people, in spirituality, there's certain things you have to be initiated into. You cannot read about it in a book. And even when you read about it in a book, and I'm going to be done, even when you read about it in a book, they're not going to tell you everything. They're not going to tell you everything. When you read these books and you go on these websites, you look up spell on how to bring your man back. There's 1,000,001 spells out there of how to bring your man back. There's 1,000,001 rituals out there of how to get rid of a neighbor, how to banish someone. But they don't tell you everything to the T. They don't tell you that this work should not be done in the rain. They do not tell you this work should not be done on a Monday. They do not tell you this work should not be done when you are going through this and that. They do not tell you if you have children, you should do this work outside your house. They do not tell you where the candles should be lit. They should not tell you any of that. And of course, there is a protocol to all things. Just because there's candles, I mean, you could burn the candles anywhere. Some people do work in their bathroom because that's the only place they can do. Your work may not be successful. Some people only do work in their bedroom because that's the only place they go. Your work may not be successful. Some people do work in their living room because that's the only space they have. Some people do work in their garage, that's the only space they have. But different things require different atmosphere. And we talk about this in a whole bunch of stuff. The Art of Conjuring class, we go over that. There's certain spaces, there's certain time, there's a time and a place for everything. You just can't say, I'm gonna burn a candle, I'm gonna burn it anywhere I want. As long as the candle lit, we're gonna get our results. Even going to these people that do these YouTube videos on these vinegar spells and jar spells, they don't tell y'all what days are best to perform these rituals. They don't tell you what's the best time to perform them. They don't tell you when you shouldn't do it. They don't tell you the possible side effects of if you do this. They don't tell you none of that. Ammonia and bleach is definitely flammable. So let you go ahead and do an ammonia jar or bleach jar and accidentally have some of that shit on the outside, bitch, and that candle lit and blow the shit up, and that's how your house catch on fire. Let that go ahead and happen, and we see what they're gonna tell you when you hit them up. So like I said, there's a protocol to all things, and I just don't see it. And I'm not saying this about all spirituals. Like I said, there are spirituals that I met on YouTube and off YouTube that I'm like, they definitely have it, and you just feel it because they're not proving nothing. But some people, it's like, well, if you're going to teach people how to do vinegar jars on shit, are you going to give them the safety precautions? Because bleach is flammable. Ammonia is flammable. Ammonia could fuck you up. I had an auntie who was actually hospitalized because of ammonia, putting knots in her fucking chest, shutting off the bronchioles, bitch, so choking her to where she was choking from the inside. Can we talk about it? So it's like, there is precautions. And if you're not giving that, it's like, okay, they're going off something they read. And, that's just what they're doing. They're going off something they read and they're, let me get out there and do a video so I can get shit. I need the money. I need the views. I need the likes. And it's like, girl, like, I'm not interested in half-ass learning. If I'm going to learn something, I'm going to learn the whole truth and nothing but the truth. That's another reason why I said I stopped going to school for nursing, because of course you go into things, you go into, terminology, and you go into medicines. But honey, when I got that PDA, okay, when I got that CPT, can we talk about it? When I got that book of motherfucking codes, bitch, 401.6 and all that shit, and I start reading those codes and you have to decode the CPT and all the good stuff, girl, I said, this is a game of trickery. This is trickery right here. What? Aspirin, what? There's a generic version of aspirin. Aspirin causes... Wait, hold up. So I have a headache. I'm going to take an aspirin, but aspirin could actually fuck up the inner lining of my small intestines. I need that. Aspirin could actually fuck up my stomach lining, which will create ulcers. I need that. Tylenol will fuck up my esophagus and put holes in it, which could lead to throat cancer. What? Bitch, I'm going to take Adenol for hypertension, and Adenol can also shut down my pancreas and cause pancreatitis and or me to become resistant to insulin, which caused me to become diabetic. What? There's a certain pill out there that I can actually develop water weight. Like, what? Missing? What? Like, these are things that they don't share. And that's why I said I can't be a liar. I couldn't be a liar. So I stopped. I got out. I said, I can't do this. No thanks. Bitch, cold turkey, walk straight out, bitch. I can't do that. So the same thing with spirituality. If I have to lie and pretend and just, look a certain way to get likes and views and all that, bitch, then YouTube can keep all that. If I have to be fake, a fraud, and a phony just to get people's attention, then no thanks. I will gladly walk away and keep doing what it is I'm doing, because, girl, it's not worth it. But, being authentic, being genuine is very rare. And I keep telling people this, real people is hard to find, especially nowadays. Real people is hard to find. And of course, they're trying to confuse y'all with that too, saying, well, people that wear fake nails ain't real. People that wear fake eyelash ain't real. People that wear wigs ain't real. People that wear makeup ain't real. People that got implants ain't real. That's an oxymoron. Girl, bye. A lot of you don't even wear that and you're still fake as fuck. You got no nails, no makeup, no wig, and you still fake. So, bitch, you're talking about materialistic fakeness. We're talking about energetic, we know you coming fakeness. That's what we talk about. So that's what it comes down to. You could be a real ass bitch, and put on nails, put on all sorts of shit, bitch. Being real have nothing to do with being having on acrylic nails, wearing makeup, put on a wig, bitch. That's something totally different, bitch. I have nails on because I like that. I could definitely live without nails. I put on makeup on because I like that, bitch. I got good skin with this damn makeup. I put on a wig because I like this. Okay, I don't have to wear this. This is what I like. I'm not covering nothing up. I'm not hiding anything. This is not a mask. This is not a cover. This is who I am. But like I said, there's people out there that don't wear makeup, don't wear fake and all that shit. And bitch, they're fake. They're fake. It is what it is. So, like I said, slowly but surely, y'all, you're going to be on this internet. You're going to be on YouTube, Facebook, and it's going to be taken over by these fake ass motherfuckers. And for those who, this is where you come, this is where you're going to be, power to you. And I wish you all the best. To those spirituals out there that are faking the funk, who are out here giving false information purposely. You're reading a book on something, not knowing the precautions, not knowing the safety hazards. And maybe you do know you're not sharing, shame on you, because you will answer for what you're sharing. You're responsible for all things that come out, going into even how people could get you for doing a video on something. You could do a video on a topic. Somebody could try to get you. Why do you think when you go to McDonald's, the cup says caution hot? We know coffee hot, bitch, but some people will actually sue McDonald's, or they have sued McDonald's because the hot coffee spilled on them. And bitch, we know coffee hot. Bitch, you out here having a hot ass cup of coffee, drive around on humps and bumps and shit. But guess what? They won. Because at the end of the day, they said, bitch, it was your responsibility for giving them that coffee, and you should have made sure that they were cool. So the same thing with that. Something go down with people. All they gotta do is say, yeah, bitch, I was on YouTube and the spiritualist told me to go get my man's dross. He found out and he did this and that. Bitch, they can get your ass too. Trust when I tell you that. Bitch, I'm telling you, there's so many crazy laws out here that people are not aware of. And I'm like, girl, you walking on thin line. Even one of the people that hit me up and was like, well, this spiritualist told me to do this and that. I'm like, girl, you broke the law. You know that? That's illegal. What do you mean? Yeah, sending shit like that through the mail is illegal. Nothing flammable, no perfumes on that. Bitch, you can't send a shit through the mail. Bitch, you broke the fucking law. You sent a item that possibly had syphilis on it, because syphilis live outside the body for 13 hours. So you sent a drawers, right? A pair of drawers in the mail that could have syphilis on it and it lives outside for 13 hours. That shit could have ripped open, got on somebody else's packages, bitch. Somebody else could have got this shit, bitch. Hell, you could even expose the mail person to the shit. Like, girl, what? What? Like, really? Like, girl, you broke the fucking law. And yes, if you would have got in trouble, bitch, you could have definitely said, hello, this is the proof right here. They told me to send it through the mail. I just did what she told me because she said she's a specialist. She told me that she has 16 years of experience. Yes, this is what she said, Your Honor. Bitch, I can get your ass right there. I'm telling you, y'all better look at these cases, honey. There's cases that's been gone, that's coming on, bitch. People doing shit and people getting it from. I'm telling y'all, but y'all just talk about a fucking lawsuit because somebody talk about you being a fake ass spiritualist. Talk about lawsuit because somebody talk about you being a gold ass digger, you a gold ass digging hussy. Like, girl, you got bigger fish to be worrying about, bitch, versus what the fuck we ever talk about, bitch. Because you know, like I know, bitch, there's a lot of customers over here. I used to be over there. That bitch, when you get ready to send a subpoena, bitch, they coming forward too. Because I already said it, bitch, I got your back. Bitch, I got your back. Bitch, I got your back. Bitch, I got proof too. Let's do it. Bitch, so that's what we wait for, bitch. So, like you said, you might want to think twice about that little fake shit you talking about, honey. I did it real. Well, bitch, go ahead and you should have did something when you went to bankruptcy court too, then. You should have told because they got spells for that too. Yes, I saved a lot of people from going into bankruptcy, from losing their home. Yes, they got spells for that, bitch. So you should have did that before you had to go to bankruptcy court, bitch. Before you went down there and paid that $1,500 for file bankruptcy, you should have went into that too, if you have that knowledge. Spirit comes to me, y'all. I pulled tarots. I have tarot cards over here. Tarot didn't tell you that that you should get some legal advice because you're gonna have to file bankruptcy, or maybe you just a give fuck. You want to file bankruptcy because you didn't have no coin to pay off your debt. So you said, let me go ahead and file bankruptcy and I can start fresh as a YouTube spiritualist. That's probably what it is. Because like I said, it's like a rites of passage with these YouTubers. You gotta all have a criminal record. You gotta all have filed for bankruptcy, and then all of a sudden, bitch, you're the queen of queens. Yeah, bitch, that sounds like some damn project ass, cigarette, cereal box ass shit. But we ain't doing that shit. Come on, Larry. How you doing, Larry? Thank you for the email, Terry. How you doing? Yes, honey. What's going on with PayPal? Well, Key, yes. So a client of mine actually had her account compromised, and PayPal, they put me negative the amount that she sent me. We're going to get that resolved today. Yes, honey. We talked, and she said she was not aware of that. And yes, so we're going to get that resolved. So for now, any payments sent in will go towards that amount, and we can't have that. So if you send a PayPal amount until we get this resolved, then I'm going to have to hold off on your services until that payment is actually in my account. No tea, no shade. So please, we have Google Wallet, we got Cash App, we got Western Union, but hopefully we get that resolved by Friday. And she said she's going to be on it today. I'm actually going to text her before I go to bed and say, hey, hey, what's going on, girl? But yes, honey, Google Wallet, PayPal, Google Wallet, Cash Out, Western Union, honey. Okay. If not, you wait till we get this resolved, okay? How you doing? Yes, honey, I'm at work, just stopping by to say hi, y'all. Thank you. You too, honey. Yes, honey. Come on, Key. Well, Key, listen, it's going to be really out there, Keontae. Keontae, it's going to be really out there. You hear me? You listen. I met a girl at a gas station and I was drawn to her for whatever reason, and now we know why. But I'm like dazed out looking at her. I think I told you guys this was on Thursday or Friday, one of those days. And I'm just like zoned out, right? I'm just zoned out looking at her. And she said, hi, how are you? And I said, oh, hi. I said, I love your lashes. She's like, thank you, honey. I was like, okay, spirit. So she go out and I'm like, okay, she look a little, I could tell she was like from somewhere urban. She's from the town. Yes, she's from East Oakland. Yes. And we found this out later, y'all, obviously. So she go out to her car. She's pumping gas. I'm going to get my stuff. I guess her son walked out with something. She said, excuse me, my son walked out with this. Here's the money for it. And they're like, oh, thank you, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, what? Okay, spirit. Okay, that's what it is. So, bitch, I walked out. I kid you, I walked out and she said, excuse me, can I ask you something? I wanted to ask this question. And I was like, oh, she about to ask, am I a transgender? I'm like, okay, here we go, bitch. So I'm getting ready like, what's she gonna ask? So I'm like, yeah, go ahead, yeah. And she said, do you do readings or something? Are you like a spiritualist? And I was like, what made you ask that? And she's like, I don't know, like there's something about you. Then my son, he was like pointing to you, and he's like, Mama, I love her. And I was like, what? So of course I was thinking she was just adding that shit on. But I was like, yes, I do. And she's like, yeah, blah, blah, blah. She's like, I know a few readers. Da, 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 da. And I said, yeah. I said, I bet you you do a lot of this because I sense like Yewa. Like I sense a baby. And I'm like, do you know who Yewa is? And she's like, yeah, I'm learning about the Orishas through this lady named Kalani or something like that. And I said, oh, now mind y'all, I don't know who Kalani is by name. But I remember seeing this black woman with a big ass bun on her head. And I was like, she want to be Oshun so bad, but she's Jimaya. Like, I was thinking that, right? And I said, wait a minute. Kalani, did she work at this spiritual place? Is she blah, blah, blah? And she's like, yeah, you know her? I was like, no, I don't know her. But for some reason, I knew that's who you were talking about. And she was like, yeah, she taught me a few things about the reaches and blah, 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 blah. And then I'm like, yeah, you have a very baby type of energy to you. And this is why you get a lot of people, because of course she was talking about readings. So I'm like, this is why you get a lot of men that take advantage of you, and even friends too, because to them, you're very jovial. Like you're very kid-like, because you have a very you got very youthful, young spirits with you. And she's like, oh my God, what's your number? So we exchanged numbers, y'all. But I'm sharing that with you guys because just for that connection, it was like some real shit. Like it was nothing forced. It was nowhere at a spiritual event. It was no, hey, this is my spiritual friend. Like genuinely, I'm there. I make that little like I zone out and I'm like, what? And woo, yeah, you look good. And then to be like, hey, you're a spiritualist, and be like, yeah, you this, and to know that she's connected to another spiritualist that I've seen before, and I've actually wanted to approach, but I never did. So she may be the one that's going to link us because I've seen her, and I'm like, she is really, really beautiful. Like very, very beautiful Black woman, like y'all, very, very beautiful, very, very beautiful. I can tell she's very, very together. She has a very peaceful, calm energy about her, and I'm like, I want to approach her. But like I said, and I'm gonna tell her when I see her too. The first thing I thought when I saw you is she wants to be Oshun because I don't remember if I saw Oshuni Lakis on her or if it was something she was doing to make me say that. Because I don't think I just said that. Something had to happen to make me think that. And I'm like, I want her to know that she's not Oshun, she's Imaya. And that was just weird, y'all. That was just a crazy thing that I experienced. And like I said, that was either Thursday or Friday. More than likely, it was Thursday because I was up really, really early on Thursday. I think I got up at 8 or 8:15 on Thursday, and it was probably like 11 o'clock in the morning. So, but yeah, there's a whole bunch of tea out there, honey, and you just got to be careful. There's a lot of people that want to be, they want it so bad. I want it, I want it, I want it, I want to read, I want to read. Bitch, read yourself. And it's kind of like that funny thing. We'd be like, girl, she was a psychic, but I guess she didn't see this coming. I'd be feeling the exact same thing too. There's no such thing as you can read others, but you can't read yourself. Like there's warning before destruction, and you have a natural GPS within yourself. Spirit is not going to give you directions for others when you're lost in your own damn maze. It doesn't happen. If you can see the light for others, then you can see the light for yourself. And as I say, going into healing and stuff, you cannot be a healer but be sick. Like, there's no way. And even going into that, if you're not well enough to heal yourself, spirit will then, because you have favor with healing spirits, they will then pull people into your life who can tell you, hey, you need the A, B, C, D, E, F, G. And there's no shit out there. But I know someone who's actually going stuff because they're not listening. In their mind, I don't want to be told what to do. People are telling me I better do blah, 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 and my spirit's not telling me to do that. Well, your spirit's not telling you to do that, but this is why you're going through your up and down health-wise, because you're not listening. If you're a healer, which I believe you are a healer, you're having shit happen to you because you're not taking heed. People are telling you, and you're just like, oh, nobody ain't bossing me around. And that's an Aries too. Aries, like, they don't like to be bossed around. They don't. That's an Aries. Aries don't like to be bossed around, they're like big old bratty babies. Don't tell me what to do, and the older they get, the more they get in that way. So, but yes, people have come into your life to help heal you, and you just said, fuck them. So Spirit's like, okay, fuck them, fuck you too. And that's why you're doing what you're doing. So always remember that, honey. You can only do with others what you could do for yourself. You can't give other people millions if you've never had that or you've never been anywhere near that. Okay. As I said before, bitch, I've had it, honey. I've been there, done that, honey. Okay. And we're talking about it was mine. Even wanting to walk away when I left it all because I knew that all that shit was tied up with money. I knew that money has an energy to it. And I said, well, if I'm leaving this man, I want to leave my luck with him too, because if I'm going to be a millionaire, I want to be a millionaire on my own terms. I want to be to where I got there through me working hard. Not I married a man who was wealthy. He left me all this shit, or I blackmailed him to get it. Because of course, you're now hooked into that, and they're going to tell. Ain't no telling how it's going to go. I could have left with that house, that money, and something happened to where I lost it all. Then I would have sitting here looking crazy, like damn. So, like I said, you cannot give others what you cannot get. If you can't maintain nothing, bitch, you can't maintain it. But you can't teach other people how to maintain shit. Like I said, everybody grew up. They did not become wiser. A lot of people want to call themselves wise because they grew up. Bitch, just because you're 50 don't mean you wise. Bitch, you've been through things that you not learned shit from, obviously. That's why you're on YouTube still doing the exact same shit that you did then. And if you're not on YouTube, this is why you're doing the exact same shit you did. You're going through the exact same shit over and over and over and over. Because you didn't learn in your 20s, you didn't learn in your 30s, you didn't learn in your 40s, you didn't learn in your 50s, or you're still in your 50s, and it's why your shit is sour. You're like, fuck, man, fuck. When is this shit going to change? It's not. Because you're not taking on. You got something to prove, and you don't have shit to prove. But you have something to prove according to yourself because you didn't get validation as a kid. Your mom and daddy did not validate your presence. They did not acknowledge you. Baby, honey, sweetie, come here, baby. Oh, honey, my baby. They didn't do that. Everybody wants to be validated and acknowledged by their parents. And if they don't get it from their parents, then they're going to get it from other people. So this is an example of your life of why nobody's around you. That's why you've been in and out. That's why you got to bind a man to you who really doesn't want you. You really don't want him either. Sex is horrible. Only thing you really have is possibly money. You're not attracted to him. He's not attracted to you. In fact, he's sharing what you got with other people. That ain't my business, but it is what it is. So it's like, validation is key. And when you don't get validation, you will seek it. And not all validation is good validation, going into pervert shit. Oh, you're so beautiful. And they trying to, do some weird shit with you. Yeah, no thanks. Thank you, but no thanks. So y'all, parents out there who have children, please validate your kids, because you're going to have a lot of people like these YouTube spiritualists. Y'all want to know about these YouTube back and forth wars, and not even with the spiritualists. We'll say with the people too, like YouTubers, James Charles and Tati and all that. That's mama daddy shit that should have been resolved a long time ago. That's me, look at me. I didn't get it from mama daddy, so y'all gonna give it to me today. That's where that shit came from, honey. You got hurt men, hurt women, molestation, rape, all this other shit just all bottled up in one. And you got the spirit of confusion being laid heavy on one, not on the other, but still there's some tea there. And it's validation going into why people are always trying to, what can I do to get people's attention? Bitch, you don't need that shit. Go in, because when you pass on, bitch, you're going to be remembered for a short period of time. There was a YouTuber that I used to watch who passed on. I think her name was Long Hair Don't Care. She was very popular during this time frame. Very popular, long, beautiful hair. She people how to handle her hair. I think she had lupus. I think that's what she died from. And for like the first 3 months, people were talking about it. You saw it on everywhere. Rest in peace, long hair, don't care, blah, blah, blah. After that, nobody in the beauty community talk about her. Nobody in the health community talk about her. I don't hear not one reference about her. And I've seen a lot of videos on healthcare and all the good stuff and take care of your hair and all that. So it's like the same thing with these people. Like, you're only there because you're there. When you're gone, you're gone. So why not build a personal life like that? Why not build healthy relationships and establish healthy relationships? Even going into this person who was talking about sex in front of their parents. Bitch, I felt awkward talk about sex with my parents. That's a very awkward sense. But of course, when you're molested and stuff, you don't really care about that. You're open because they opened you up, So I guess that's what that situation is. But I don't feel comfortable doing that. I don't feel comfortable talking about sex with anybody that I feel like I can't do it. Aunties, uncles, mama, daddy, I can't do it, bitch. And even when we were teenagers, they talk about wrap it up and shit. I was like, well, I'm definitely not going to have sex. I was like, I'm definitely going to stay a virgin for the rest of my life. And I've had sex, but I can count on one hand on people I had sex with, bitch. Oh, you die. So, like I said, honey, that whole wrap it up shit, I'm not a fan of that. And you have to, because there's a lot of shit out there. But just uncomfortable, bitch. So for people to do that, I'm like, yeah, they were definitely touched, honey. And going into the whole everybody's gay shit, it's like everybody's not gay. And this is why heterosexual people got a lot of problem with gay people, because you're pushing yourself onto other people. And yes, heterosexual people did push themselves onto you, so now you're retaliating. But it's like, honey, everybody's not into men. Everybody's not into women. Everybody don't want their booty hole played with. Everybody don't want their booty hole or front part played with by another man. Everybody's not into that, girl. And that's okay. Everybody's not into apples and oranges, girl. Just like you're not into poo-poom, because we can say ain't nobody gay. We can say that too. Ain't nobody gay. You gay because you were touched. We can say that too, right? Everybody can say that. But we know that's not the truth. So it's like this whole fantasy bullshit. It's like, ooh, girl, you were violated. And your perception is everybody else's perception. Anyway, did you hear about Malaysia? No. Oh, okay. Oh, they actually killed her? Oh, wow. That's the girl I was talking about. Yeah. Oh, that's so sad, Malaysia. Rest in peace, Malaysia. I actually saw that video, and this is so funny to talk about this, but I want to share something with people because I never really shared this with anybody. And this is something that was shared with me and through experiences. And this is everybody. Because of course, when you're the old saying is you have problems with your own people. They say white people have problems with other white people, black people have problems with other black people, Asian people got problems with more Asian people. But I want to tell you this because anybody who's trans in America, and even gay for that matter, could say this. So we're talking about healthy people. Because sometimes we're not healthy and whole. We're comfortable with people that abuse us, right? Going into domestic abuses and stuff. We're comfortable with that. We love men and women who abuse us verbally, physically. It doesn't matter. Okay, so going into this, what I'm going to say, I was told when I just started transitioning that group of men are your kryptonite, but it was even regurgitated by saying groups of black men are your kryptonite, and I had to sit with that for a minute because I was like, I never had experiences with that. But of course, pre-transition, I was popular with people and people I knew people. And during my transitional time, people who were my protectors left. They were put in jail and all the good stuff. So when I actually started experiencing stuff, and I told you guys this, when I went into places as a transgender woman, I used to exercise at the park. I was almost attacked by a group of black men, and I was minding my business. I wasn't even trying to talk to them, bitch. I was minding my business, wasn't saying shit, exercising. And honey, they were like, are you a man or a woman? Bitch, like they were really fixated on that. Excuse me, no, nigga, are you a man or a woman? Like they were ready to attack me for that. Going into I can name all my experiences, y'all. I've never had experiences by Hispanic men or white men or Asian men, and even going into people that are Hispanic transgenders and white transgenders. They've also done the same thing too. They've had issues with group of black men, and I don't know what that is. I mean, I know what it is, because there's a lot of insecurities there. There's a lot of, I have to prove myself to people. I have to show people that I'm really not this way. And it's just a really sad thing, y'all. It's a really sad thing. But going into that, going into the whole DL stuff and why the amongst black men, it's a higher amount of numbers of DL men amongst the black community. And then it's Hispanic, and then it's Asian, then it's Aboriginal, all the good stuff. So it's like, all that stuff just play into him. And it's just like, it's really sad to where even escorts say no black men. Like escorts, black, white, Hispanic, it doesn't matter. On their ads, and you can look this up, they say no black men because of the issues that the trans women, I can only speak for us, have with groups of black men. When there's one-on-one, it's not really an issue. Like sometimes they'll say little stuff and they'll keep moving. But when it's a group of them, they have to prove their point. I've been in groups of white men and they clocked the T, and there was no problem. I've been in groups of Hispanic men and they clocked T, there was no problems. And in fact, when it was a group of white men and one of them clocked the T and they were like, ooh, his stuff is probably bigger than yours. One of the guys stepped in and was like, excuse me, what she has going on, that's none of your concern. And if you got a problem with it, you can check me. Like, it was like, whoa, honey, and it's same thing with the Hispanic stuff. But when it came down to the black men, it was like, yeah, nigga, ooh. And the crazy thing about it is one of my situations, one of the guys used to beg me to top him. Honey, and I said, no wonder why when you hit me up on those apps, I blocked your ass. Because you were in the back. If it wasn't for me having my mace, bitch, and my taser gun at that time, bitch, you're about to get sauteed, bitch. I was about to sizzle and saute. So, girl, I was ready. That was years ago, girl. 2006, 2007. Okay. But when they were about to do all that, bitch, she stayed in the background and was like, just waiting. And I'm looking like, nigga, I know you. Even going into a situation that I had last year, Buffalo Wild Wings, a black guy, I recognized him. He looked very familiar to me. There was a group of people there, and he's like, you think that's a man or a woman? And they were like, I think it's a woman. Like, I'm hearing this, y'all. I'm hearing this, and I'm just acting like I'm not hearing. I think that's a woman. Are you sure? Yeah, because I don't think so. He's the only one talking. So I'm like, let me see who's doing the talking. And if I ask him, why are you concerned about me? Maybe he's going to feel some way. Y'all, I turn over to look at the motherfucker, and it's the motherfucker who's on Grindr. Y'all know I screenshotted his profile too, and you know I messaged him, and I told him, you were the one at Buffalo Wild Wings trying to tell your group that I was a man, right? But yet you're on Grindr asking me, are we gonna meet up? I'm not a hating ass, insecure ass trans woman. I don't need dick. I don't chase dick. I'm not here for that. I didn't transition for that. I didn't transition for a validation of a man or a woman. This is who I am. So, what you're not going to do, you're not going to sit here and play me, honey, and publicly, that's a nigga, that's a tranny, that's a man, try to embarrass me. And he gagged. Because even in that time, honey, I stood there, bitch, and I was like I want bitch, like I was really trying to get them to say, yeah, that is a man. Like everybody knew I was trying to get them to agree with him so he could feel dumb. Like, bitch, you're not gonna change nothing. Let me be who the fuck I am, bitch. You're not getting none of this. So I have to remind him, bitch, like, yeah, I screenshotted, bitch. I did send him a few nudes. Bitch, you're never gonna get this. So I hope you enjoy these nude pictures that you got. God bless you, but you're never going to get this. So going into the whole Malaysia stuff, it's a real sad, scary thing because that's just what it is. Being transgender, your kryptonite is a group of men because men are usually more insecure with their identity than women are. Women are usually a lot more knowing in what they want. That's why I think it's easier for a lesbian woman to turn out a woman, in my opinion. But when it comes to men, a lot of men, they're a lot more insecure. They don't really know what they want. They're not, and not even going into sexuality, but in life, period. That's why you have more bummy men than women. You got more men living at home with their mom and dad than you do women. And even the men who are living at home with their wives do everything for them. So going into that, it's really sad that that's just what it is. And that you really have to like stay away from certain type of motherfuckers until proven otherwise. But history and experience have proven that theory to be true. And like I said, I was told that by a white trans woman. The first time it was by another trans woman of color who was like, honey, I'm from the hood, I'm from the ghetto, I don't do that. Right. And she was like, you need to get about that too, bitch project. But, we actually went back and forth because I was like, bitch, you high fidelity. You think because you just now, so I wanted to go in on her. But when the white trans woman, who's very successful, said that she was attacked on a bus by Black men between the ages of 21 and 27, then I'm like, oh shit, that's why she said. Because I'm like, bitch, wait, you racist, honey. I can't fuck with you, bitch. Hold up, bitch. Yeah. But when she told me her experience was actually documented too. It got coverage. Like they were on a bus, they were doing a transgender event, and these guys ran up on the bus. This is the 90s, y'all. They ran up on the bus and attacked him. And it was Black men. So I'm not saying, but I am saying, honey, at the end of the day, it's really, really sad. And Malaysia's situation really showed that they said there was women that helped her, but these women were like grabbing her by her hair and shit. I'm just like, who does that? You know who does that? Like, who fucking does that, girl? And the crazy thing about it, it was in Dallas, Texas, which, girl, I can't do it. I can't so that's why I said, like, it's no tea, no shade, it's no disrespect, but because of history and because of what things have shown, what my people in my community are experiencing is exactly why I'm kind of looking at people like, oh, that's normal. You're a Black man trying to expose me for being a transgender. Oh, that's normal. Oh, okay. Yeah, you the same motherfuckers that are hitting me up on these apps with no profile picture too, huh? Yes, yeah, you the same motherfuckers with no profile on their picture trying to meet up with me. Oh, okay, yeah, yeah, no thanks. I'll pass, honey. I'll pass. I can't do it because you want to tell your mom and dad that you're into dick, and you're gonna try to cover that up by trying to attack me. Like, no thanks, we're not doing that. And girl, that will be the day. That will be the day, brother. That will be the fucking day, honey. Girl. So it's sad. Yeah, it's sad, honey. And we're gonna leave it at that, honey. That's an experience that I had. I've had many experiences like that. And it is what it is. Now, I'm not saying as a trans woman, don't have any Black friends. I'm not saying, or any Black male friends. I'm not saying that at all. But I'm saying if you're by yourself, if you're a trans woman and you're by yourself, and whether you're spookable or not, because they clock the T, bitch, they know the T. I don't care nobody say, I don't care how powerful you think you are. Men study that. Like there's men out there, they call them tranny chicks that actually study trans women, that actually look at trans women and figure it out like, okay, that's a trans. So because they become experienced with that, they can clock the T. And they also do it for predator reasons too, because they want to prey on you. So they're actually waiting. So you step out of your vehicle or you do your thing. Oh, excuse me, honey. Yeah, they're gonna clock your T and this shit gonna go down. So you better have your shit together. And that's just the sad truth. I'm just telling y'all, that's the fucking sad truth, y'all. That's the sad fucking truth. So definitely remember, as a trans woman, kryptonite, a group of men is your kryptonite, a group of black men is your kryptonite. And I will even say in the hood is a group of black men in the hood, because black businessmen, bitch, they don't give a fuck. And this just is what it is, bitch. And we've been in lots of groups of black businessmen, ain't wasn't nothing going down. Bitch, hello, hey sister, hey. You know, even they knew the T, bitch, they probably didn't give a fuck. Because bitch, they said, bitch, I'm gonna keep mine while you keep yours. But everybody ain't got no fucking life, just like these YouTubers. You know, they don't got no fucking life. They're worried about you and yours. What's she doing? Why is she doing? Who that? Is that a man? Is that a woman? What is that? I think that really is a man. Like, and it's just like, why are you so concerned? Like, why are you not worried about your children and their father? Why are you not concerned about you and your health? Why are you not concerned with you and your relationship and the rumors that are going around? Like, why are you so fixated on other people? Like, I think it was a man. I think that is a man. Oh, wow, I think that's her real hair. Oh, I think that's fake. Oh, she's big. Oh, the spirit was telling me that she likes to suck dick. Like, who cares? Who cares? What do you like to do? Be in other people's business. Exactly. So you get a group of motherfuckers like that in one setting, bitch. You definitely got to be careful, honey. You got to be careful. We're going to leave it at that. You got to be careful. So that's sad. Rest in peace to Malaysia. I did not know that she passed on. Yeah, I hope that it just really passed on J. Andrew, because I believe I saw a video a week later after she was attacked, and she was still alive. They said she was in the hospital. She was suffering from a broken rib and stuff. So did she get a week later, like the next day, was it like a week or two later? Because I think I did a video on that a week after her situation. Sad, honey. You got these fucking trannies over here in Houston area, Indiana area, honey, over here, you know, out here, you know, acting like these girls get girl by. Let you be in a fucking club or a fucking restaurant and a nigga's coming up to you and he wants you over this female friend that you think you have. Girl, she gonna say, honey, you don't want him. And they probably do it even to your face. So you probably say, I don't care if you call me a he or her, because that's what you new trannies do nowadays. When I say you new trannies, it doesn't mean that you're older. The ones that barely transition now, they don't care. You call me him, her, them, or they. I don't care the pronoun. The fuck, I care, bitch. I give a fuck. Bitch, my ID says female, honey. That's what I am, bitch. We're not doing that. The ID says female, the birth certificate says female, bitch. We're not going into that. Well, aren't you trans? You weren't born that. Okay, bitch, you weren't born skinny. So you think, I mean, hey, you know, and you wasn't the cutest baby neither. So should I call you Ugly Sandy? Hello? Should I call you Ugly Ass Veronica? Like, girl, like, you were not cute when you were a baby. So, I mean, what? Bitch, hello. Matter of fact, you weren't even, when you were born, you weren't even talking, but you were a listener. You shut it the fuck up and you listen. So, bitch, I think you need to go back to that. Anyway, let me go, y'all. I've been here too long. 2xspirit@gmail.com. Like I said, no PayPal payments. Sad discussion we had today. There's a whole bunch of things we talked about. And of course, we're going to have a lot of discussions like this because, of course, I'm not on YouTube every day anymore. I'm focused on my team. We're doing our thing. We're changing people's lives. We're getting shit right. How are you doing? Another thing, too, I want to say, you guys who do get work, I need updates. See, this is what I don't like about some of y'all people out here. And we're going to keep it totally real with y'all tonight right now. I dislike when people get work done with you or from you. You don't hear from them for months, y'all. And then all of a sudden, hey, hi, how are you? It's been a long time since we talked. Well, I do want to say this. Yes, the work we did manifest. And now the guy that I manifested, we have to do a little bit of work on him because he's having problems at his job. Can you help? And I'm like, oh. Debbie Downer. So we do work on you getting a man, and I told you to give me updates on this situation. And you get your man, you said, I don't gotta tell the bitch that's not her business, bitch. I got my nigga. And then now other shit go down, and now you expect me to have that same exact sympathy that we had in the beginning of you doing that love work. You expect me to have that same, like, oh, I feel connected to this person. Because bitch, you didn't share with me that joy. You didn't share with me that you got that, like a bitch, like I was literally thinking maybe the work didn't come through for them. Oh my God. Okay, another one bites like, girl. Like, I hate that shit. And I also hate, that's it. I hate that. I hate when they don't give you the updates. And if they do give you updates, it's usually after something bad. Well, it happened, but this happened. It would have been nice for you to tell me that when you first did the work. It would have been nice for you to share with me your joys. So I would have said, hey, let me light a candle for thanking the spirit. You know, you don't know what I gotta do, bitch. I might be like, hey, let me go take an offerings to the water for the spirit on your behalf. But no, you didn't share with me. So bitch, you left me wondering. Like Jessica say, don't leave me wondering. And bitch, it is what it is. So give me y'all updates. If we done work 3 months, you have not seen nothing 6 months, send me a message, say, hey, listen, Mystic, we've done this work 3 months, 6 months. Hey, something going on, possibly get a reading so we can see what is stopping so you then correct it to get what you want. But if you're not sharing that with me, then I don't know what's going on. If it is something not manifesting for you and there's something blocking it and we're not addressing it, then you're going to start back at square one, and we don't want that. We always want our work to manifest. We always want our work to be a success. We want our work to be effective. And even going into that, like I said, we're really going to do this. I'm really going to do a behind the scenes document for you guys. I may get a camera person, so I'm not holding the camera myself and shit. Hey, y'all, this is what we're doing. And so you guys can see just a little bit of what takes place on an average. We'll do something on that. We'll do an average day. We won't do a day that's just really, really up there. Because, of course, when I'm up there, I can't really focus on, oh, well, this is what we're going to do and walk through it. But we'll do an average day. We'll do an average day, and you'll see what I go through on an average day with someone's casework, right? You will see. So you'll see the whole, not the whole, but majority of the process and how it's not just a bam, bam, thank you, ma'am. Because nothing lasts forever like that. Y'all know that. You meet up with a man tonight, you have sex with him tomorrow, the next day you're pregnant by him, the following day you move in, and then 3 years later you realize, like, what the fuck happened? Why didn't it last? Yeah, bitch, y'all, you move so quickly. You want things to happen, bitch, you gotta take your time with it. You gotta, you have to let it marinate. So you gotta, ooh, ha, 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 ha. Also, you gotta approach things from a higher perspective, not a low, like, ain't none of that. Please. Oh, I hope this works. Oh, please. That's why you shouldn't working, honey. You got to come from it as from an authority, bitch. This is going to happen, and I thank you for letting it happen. This is going to happen because this motherfucker going to give me what I motherfucker need. I don't give a fuck because I don't give a fuck. The nigga going to fuck about that, and he want to play me like that. I don't give a fuck about that, and he want to do like that. And I'll show what he got to do like that because he want to do like that. And I just want to, oh, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Anubis got a shot when he was a baby, and they literally gave him a shot, and a little blood vessel developed here, and you could see it like every time. So I always look at it, and I always like pull it back to check on it and shit. So he got like a blood. I think they called it a blood vessel or blood something, where there's a pocket where blood fill up at, and we gotta watch it and shit. But it's been the same size all these years, honey. Yes, honey, all these years. Poor baby. Poor boy, yeah. You gotta go outside. You gotta go outside and go pee pee. Come on, let's go pee pee. Come on, let's go outside. Go pee pee. Because you gotta go pee pee. Because you gotta go. You gotta go with me. You gotta go outside. Come here. You gotta go outside. I know he gotta go outside. You gotta go outside. You gotta go outside. I know. Come here, because I know. Come here. Come here. No, come here. 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 I Yeah, he hates that. Anubis, he hates that. He hates that. Anyway, y'all. Okay. Okay. Well, listen, if you don't have any updates, you don't have to give me no updates. But of course, if you have any updates, I would love to hear those updates. And of course, if you don't have any updates because you haven't been doing your work, that's good. If you've been doing your work and you're like, listen, ain't nothing coming through, then that might be your opportunity or your need to say, I want to see what's going on spiritually. What's stopping this from manifesting? Because like I tell people, you should see something. 3 weeks to 3 months, you should definitely see a 180. If you've been doing some work on some stuff and it's been 3 months, at least 3 weeks to 3 months, and you've not seen a 180, you barely see a fucking 90-degree change, honey, you definitely be like, something is blocking. And then we can see what's blocking. Because a lot of times people, like I said, they don't put their all into their work. They're saying they are, but they're not. Anxiety, worrying will actually create blockages for you. I know people out there, and even I'm sure you guys had the experience where you've done work to manifest things, and because you were so worryful and you were worrying, oh my God, is this going to work? Is this going to work? Something happened to where it stopped. Things got blocked for you. So in order to manifest, in order to let things run smoothly, you cannot pray and worry. You have to let go. You have to let go. Going into this, I know people, like I said, that suffer from stuff, that dealt with stuff. Fertility and love are the two things that I work with. And of course, legal too, but they've already just let it go. Like legal, fertility, and love. Legal stuff, they're just like, listen, you're my last resort. Whatever happens, happens. So they usually just let that go. But fertility, and that's why it manifests, is more successful because they're not holding on to anything. But fertility and love work, people typically like, it got to be this day, it got to be this time, it got to be this, it got to be this, it got to be this, it got to be that. So they're focused on that the whole time. Well, it got to happen this day, it happened that. So they're focusing, they're worrying about it. And instead of them putting their all into the work, they're focused on the date of this work to manifest. So instead of, like I said, focus on the work and seeing, this is going to happen. I see it. Let me meditate on this. Ooh, baby coming. Ooh, man coming. Love life. Ooh, I'm going to get married. Oh, yeah. Instead of them seeing it, they're focused on the date. Well, 2 weeks until this day. Oh, we got 9 days to have it manifesting it. Oh, my God. Is it going to manifest? Oh, we got 4 days. Oh, my God. Is it going to manifest? Like, all that worrying is why it's not manifesting. So that's how it's tough. You got to give it your all, and you got to forget everything else. Forget it all. Don't worry about none of that. Work on what you're working on. Go with it, and just keep it coming in, because of course that energy adds up. And what you weep, what you sow, you will weep. Can we talk about it? You weep what you sow. So if these energies that you're planting into the ground, aka the work, if they're worryful, doubt, oh, the seed ain't gonna grow, oh, whatever, I'm just gonna plant it anyway, just see what happens. Then how do you expect this damn seed to grow? Because you're already sowing that damn seed with those thoughts. You have to know it's gonna happen. You walk away, you do your thing, you prepare for it. You're trying to get a lover, you prepare for that lover that comes. You're trying to have a baby, you prepare for that baby. Are you financially stable? Do you have a room picked out? Really, if you get pregnant, if I get pregnant, I'm gonna have to move. Okay, so what happens if you can't move though in 9 months? What happens if you can't not move? Let's say you have to stay where you're at because the next available place is 3 times over and you don't want to commute. So you're gonna have to sit there. So it's like, are you ready for that? Some people are not. They see things and like, I want this, I want this. It has to be realistic for you for it to be successful. And I think people forget that. So, like I said, if you don't have an update and you're not looking for one, that's fine. If you don't have an update, but you're like, hey, I'm a little concerned about what's going on, you may need to read on the situation. So that's totally up to you and what you got going on. Yes, honey, I know that's right. Listen, you better add some fire to your life, Key. When I say fire, Key, you better add some fire and desire, Key. You hear me, Key? Key, you better add some fire to your life, Key. You hear me? Key, you better add some fire to your life. Key, you better add some fire to your life. Bring him love, bring him passion, 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 bring him love, bring him love, bring him love, bring him love. Listen, Anubis is a pro. He needs to do some tutorials. You want to do some tutorials on people how to do? You're a pro. You've been doing it so long. You grew up in this, huh? My dog, he's a hereditary dog witch. Oh, poor baby. My baby's a hereditary dog witch, everybody. Hi, everybody. Introducing my hereditary dog witch. Yes, he grew up in this. I'm sorry, y'all. Let me go, y'all. He grew up in this, y'all. Me, my hereditary dog witch, honey. Yes, honey. He's a natural, honey. He let his mama put these counters on him, honey, because he said, bitch, this ain't nothing new. Ow, come on. Thank you, honey. Boiling, brewing. As far as business goes, like I said, I'm going to book a reading and give you an update. That's right, honey. Key, I'll be waiting. Isn't this a cute little candle, Key? It's a pink little egg. And I don't know what kind of wax this is. It almost feels like soap. And the pink is kind of pearly-escent. Do you see it? It's very shiny and stuff. And it's a rough texture, though. But what I don't like about this, you see this? You see the bottom? So this is this is either, what they did was they put a balloon in it, dip the balloon in wax, let it cool, dip it in wax again, let it cool, dip it in wax again, let it cool, dip it in wax, let it again, cool, whatever. And then they filled up the wax as it cooled down in the center, right? Poked the hole, put the wick through, and then filled it up. Or they made the core of it, right? And they just dipped it in the pink wax. Let it cool, dip it again, let it cool, dip it again, let it cool. But I doubt they did it that way because the bottom is white and not pink. So they dipped it, then this will be pink, or this will be completely pink. So I feel like they made the outside first, right? Yeah, made the outside first and then filled up the inside. Mm-hmm. Come on, honey. I think Aries love the color pink. My sister loved the color pink too. She loved pink. She loved pink. My favorite color is purple. I used to love a lot of pink too. I said I was gonna have a pink house, a pink car, a pink bed, a pink everything. But then I thought to myself, my man ain't gonna like that damn pink. If I get a man, he gonna say, bitch, you got too much damn pink. So purple's my favorite color, but purple takes me somewhere. So that's why I don't wear a lot of purple. I don't present a lot of purple because it takes you somewhere. That color is so powerful that you have to be in a certain state to have that color. Now, some people, they'll just put on the color, any color, say, ooh, ooh, ooh. All colors have vibrations, and you have to understand what vibrations are or how those colors affect you. So, like I said, purple puts me in a certain state, and that's why I wear that purple wig last year when I was trying to get things done. But yes, so pay attention to that. Who you doing? Okay, anyway. TodaySpirit@midday at gmail.com. And like I said, y'all, I'm going to go. I was supposed to be out off of here, bitch. Yeah, I got to go walk my baby, take my ass to bed, bitch. I got to be up at 10 o'clock. I'm going to have 5 hours of sleep. I'm supposed to be off here at 3 o'clock, y'all, or 3:30. You're so soft. Hey, you're so soft. Y'all, Anubis feels really, really soft, y'all. He's very therapeutic. He feel really, really soft, y'all. Poor baby. Yeah, my baby feel really soft, honey. He feel really soft. Yes, he does. He feels soft like butter. Honey, my dog is cunt. Okay. Mm-hmm. Look at him, honey. Hi, everybody. I have no... You crazy, baby. He just let me do whatever I want to him, honey. Anyway, you wear a lot of pink. I always have something pink on. I know that's right. Pink is a very light color, very pleasant, very uplifting, so it's very light. But like I said, purple, that's a heavier color. It has higher vibrations, but it's a very heavy color. And, to rock it and to be a spiritual person, like, bitch, it really pulls some teeth. And you can't always be in that area. If I wear a lot of purple, and I can actually do an experiment too, and I'll actually record it, I will wear a lot of purple we'll do that. We'll do purple everything for 7 days. And I guarantee you, I'm a document, y'all gonna see exactly what I'm talking about. Like, each color brings something different. Yellows, I love yellows. I love gold because people love that color. When I wear yellow and gold, I don't know about other people. When I wear those colors, people are like, "Oh my God, I love that. Oh my God, I love that dress." Bitch, it could be a bandana dress. They'll say, "Oh my God, that's a beautiful dress on you." Because that yellow brings out that joy in them. It makes them say, "Oh my God, I'm so happy. Oh my God." White, same thing for me. White is just like, Miss Thing. Like, woo, wow, bitch, you woo. you know, and then it starts going down. Like I said, purple is the heaviest color. When I rock purple, there's a lot of tea there. So when I rock purple, I typically have to wear something that's with it, like blue or green or yellow or orange. But purple by itself, honey, you hear me? Anyway, bye everybody, honey. I'll see y'all the next motherfucking video, okay? Love and lights. Thank y'all for stopping by here, honey. Yes, honey. Oh, I didn't see that. Hold on, let me see that one thing, honey. I'm just supposed to read the Rider-Waite Tarot. Come on, honey. Yes, honey. Listen. Tarot is the easiest thing to read. What I always tell people, and will be very, very fun, is to see someone read tarot with only 10 of those cards and still be able to give an accurate reading, for one. But two, to also use those 10 cards, because those cards, if they read 10 people, more than likely the same cards are going to come up twice. And to read those 10 people and get an accurate reading on them with just using those 10 cards, that would be the ultimate test to see if that person is really a spiritualist. When you see people using multiple deck of cards and like, I want to use this card with that card, like, we're going to do a tarot spread with 3 different cards. Like, already that there's something, that they have a handicap, and they're using these cards because if the first card is not clear to them, they're going to use this deck to interpret. That deck is not clear to them, they're going to use this deck to interpret. So that's why they're using all 3. So like I said, going into reading cards and use playing cards. Well, a lot of people won't use playing cards because, of course, those cards are more likely going to come up for the same person, especially get multiple reading more than once, and the answer is going to be different each time, though. So I've had people that got readings done. They say, what? You said the 5 of spades. Didn't you say that card mean that? Okay, for that reading, that meant that. Now, was that reading correct or was it not correct? It was correct. Okay, so now when I give you this reading, we're going to go over this card again, and it's going to be correct again. Guarantee you. Come back. Oh, shit, I didn't think about that. Oh, my God, you're so right about that. Yeah. Every card represents something different, and each card has a different meaning any damn way. Like, they have multiple meanings. The same card could have 5 different meanings, and going even into tarot, the same card could have 5 different meanings. In fact, going into playing cards, the same card has 8 billion. Now, this is an estimate. The same card has 8 million or billion or trillion or zillion possible meanings. So this is why I say spirituals will not use playing cards if they're not trained and really knowing about spirit, because they're not able to interpret the way they can. With the tarot card, it's easier because they're seeing the picture and they go, well, this is the high priest card, and this card means this now. So people say, oh God, this bitch is head on. Well, yeah, the definition of the high priest card is very layman, though. It could be fit for anything, it's very vague. But of course, like I said, the high priest card could mean pregnancy. It could mean a woman taking over. It could be a new stuff coming. It could be somebody's feminine energy taking over or becoming increased. It could be a woman who needs to honor her feminine side. Like, it could mean so many things as well. But the spiritual do not know what they're talking about. Would say, oh, this is the card. This card normally means that the person was a good man. And they'll do the card again. As we said in the other reading, this card means this person was a good man. If this card have at least eight different, now we're talking about tarot. Tarot has at least eight different. Well, okay, we won't go there. We'll say three. There's at least three basic interpretations for each tarot card. So if the tarot card have three interpretations for each card, what are the odds that you do two readings in the same day, that card come up and they have the exact same interpretation? What would be the odd of that if it has three different possibilities of interpretation? But once again, that's how you know a spiritualist who is going off of the tarot that she's learning or her actually picking up stuff. And I tell people, tarot cards are so easy to learn and read and also to build up your spiritual gifts. They're usually training cards for people because of the tarot, you can see the images. And the images of the tarot actually depicts on the scenario of the scenario of how something is going to play out. So what you're doing is you're seeing with your physical eye the Five of Pentacles, right? Or the Five of Wands. But your spiritual eye is breaking down of how that card relates to this person's situation. And that's when your intuition come in and you say, in this card, I have the Five of Wands, and this is telling me something about blah, blah, blah. And then you go into the story. You go into what you're feeling, and the person will say, yay or nay. But like I said, a lot of people, in my opinion, tarots are safety nets because it's a vague interpretation. And of course, if we both read what the fucking Seven of Wands meant, then of course when that come up, we're gonna be like, oh my God, I was expecting that card. Excuse me, bitch, you were expecting that. Like, I mean, that's what I would be like. Excuse me, honey, you were expecting that card, but I guarantee you, we don't have the same interpretation. Okay, what does this card mean to you? Well, this card means that, blah, blah. Okay, well, that's not what I'm seeing for you. I'm actually seeing the opposite side of that. And people don't know that either. There's a positive side and negative side to all things, but of course in tarot, they tell you the card is reversed. Well, what happens if the card is reversed on both sides? Then how would it be? So yes, you have to read all cards if it's upside right or upside down, regardless of the fact. And we're not talking about book terms, because book would tell you, well, reverse it means this, upside right it means that. If this come, no, girl, there's so many ways if you want to give an accurate reading. But of course, some people view it as accurate because of the interpretation of it. And that's why when I tell people I read tarot and I read playing cards, some people are like, what? And girl, I kid you not, every time I pull a read for someone with my playing cards, cards always fall out. And of course, that means that the person you're reading is, oblivious, or they're like not really ready because they're like, how the fuck is this? How is what? I'm not. How do I know what this shit mean? Like, it's not for you. You came to me for the spiritual insight, and now I'm here to share with you what I'm seeing. And with me, playing cards speak very loud and clear to me. I've done tarot cards. I've done readings for cards. To me, it's a little lame. It's a little boring. It's a little basic, and that's not challenging for me. I like challenges. I have a tarot deck called the Zombies. I have a tarot deck with birds and stuff on it, and it's like I said, it's basic to me. Playing cards, I said, oh so clear. And of course, everybody on playing cards is white. So when it comes to describing a race of person, people are like, well, how do you know what race they are? Because even though the card is a light-skinned person, there's still details within that card that someone who knows about reading playing cards could tell you. Yes, it's a black man who's a Gemini. It's a black man who's an air sign. It's a black man who's born in the spring or fall. It's a black man who loves the number, blah, blah, blah. But you could still use those cards to interpret that. Now, when it comes to the pentacle cards or the tarot cards, I don't believe that you can actually say it's a black man. Yes, because of the seven wands. Yeah, he's a black man. Like, I don't think you can actually pinpoint that. I don't think that you can say, well, the seven of pentacles. Well, they do deal with, okay, the pentacles and the wands and stuff do deal with seasons as well. So you could say that, but I don't think you can pinpoint race. I don't think you can pinpoint gender neither. And we can talk about feminine and masculine, but we're talking about actually physically saying it's a man or a woman. Because the playing cards, you can also determine gender as far as energy. It's masculine energy, feminine energy, but you can also pinpoint if it's a woman. Like, someone got a reading from me and the card came up woman and it came up something else. And I said, this is a woman who dressed and act like a man. And this bitch gagged, honey. She said, what? What? Wait, hold up. So like I said, being the diviner, the divinator, being the seer, You have to be able to determine what you're seeing. So like I said, that'll be very interesting to see people who read tarot, who, I'm an accurate reader and all that stuff. I would love to see you read with only 10 of the cards. We would say 12 of the cards and read 10 different people in one setting with those 12 cards, and to see when these cards come up, what they mean. Because I hear when they be like, well, this card coming up could possibly mean that there's a man in your life and he's getting someone pregnant. And then the person say, well, we were kind of thinking that my brother might have someone pregnant. Duh. I mean, that could have been anybody's fucking story. Like, pinpoint to me, bitch, that he does got someone pregnant. Not possibly. Oh, someone's pregnant. She's a Gemini. Like, let me see that. Pull that up with the tarot. I'd love to see that, honey. I would love to see it, honey. Don't see no shade. And there are people out there that do read the tarot. There are people out there that do read the tarot, and they could give it a breakdown. But I'm saying the average person who said they're a reader and they don't read tarot, you're not a reader if you read tarot. You are a tarot reader, but you're not a reader. I'm a reader. No, if you're a reader, bitch, you can read crystals, you can read teas, you can read smokes, you can read hot Cheetos, you can read pennies, you can read tokens, you can have dreams. Like, that's what a reader does. Like, that is your craft. You specialize in reading. There's no limits to that. If you can only read tarot, then bitch, you're not a reader. Stop saying that. Stop saying you're a reader. Bitch, I'm a tarot deck owner. I think that's the correct the correct title. Not I'm a reader. Bitch, everybody's a reader then. Bitch, anybody can be a reader then. And that's a special gift. If you think about the olden days, there was a village of people. And if everybody knew how to read and everybody was able to read tarot and all stuff, then bitch, who would go to who to go get a damn reading? But because back then they knew that certain people were chosen by the divine or by their ancestors to come forth and represent that energy, and they knew what the fuck they were talking about. So people would say, oh shit, she's really what she is. Well, I said, nowadays you got people out here trying to collect money. If I sell a deck of tarot cards for $10.95 and I sell 100 decks, damn, I made a minor killing. Now imagine if I sell a deck of tarot cards for $10.95 and I sell 3,000. Oh my God. So that's what they start doing. They start coming up. You got people creating their own tarot, which is definitely fine. Because once again, people who are real spiritualists could definitely see things beyond what's being presented. So like I say, now you got people creating their own tarot, which is even doing something. But like I said, it's about selling out and making money. Some things are meant to be kept. Everybody doesn't have the ability to spell cast. Everybody don't need to know how to spell cast. If you don't know how to do something, then that's when you seek other people. And of course, you have to. It's not always about seeking other people. Well, I want to do it for me. Some things you should learn. So that's why I teach class on certain stuff. But you don't need to learn everything. If it wasn't meant for you to learn that, then it wasn't meant for you to learn that. If you've never heard of that, no one ever came across you and said, blah, 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 blah. It wasn't meant for you to know that. And even going into what I was taught, like some things you have to be initiated into. It cannot just be given to you. And a lot of these spiritualists on off YouTube think that things could just be given away because they got things given to them. And if it was given to you, it's not worth anything. Now, we're not talking about someone buying a book that's worth $1,000 to give to somebody. We're talking about spiritually speaking. If it's true gems and true nuggets, it's not just given to you, it's earned. And that's how I feel with what I teach. I'm not just going to give anything to just anybody, because a lot of people, even when you teach them stuff, they're like, what? I don't get that. Yeah, because you're too far up in here. You're too far up in here. When I move too far in here, I got to see it. I got to feel it. Well, that don't make sense to me. You're not here, though. This is where spirit is. You're not here. You're not here. When I said, think about it. And we're saying think here, not think here. You're too much into your head. Yeah, bitch, this right here got to see shit. I got to see it to believe it. I got to see that. Oh, I'm atheist. I've never seen a ghost. Oh, I'm atheist. I've never seen that. Yeah, bitch, yeah, you have to see that. And that's why you're failing. It's here. You have to see it from here. Okay. Ooh, I'm feeling something right now. Oh, what is that? Oh, yeah. Okay. Oh, shit. Okay, now I'm seeing it. Oh, my God. Yeah, of course. That's how it happens. So, anyway, let me go, honey. I've been here too long, honey. Hello, Magic Cat. How you doing? Yes, someone get those playing cards down, honey. Yes, good morning, Magic Cat. I lost some cards on. Magic, I never got your email. Send me that email again, Magic Cat. High priestess to me means to trust my intuition on a subject. Come on. Exactly, Magic Cat. Like to master, right? To master. You got this. And see, that's what I'm saying. Like, you have to, you have to develop your own inner gift. And that's to say, people use these tools as crutches, and you will always fail. The candles are not a crutch, okay? The candles are literally tools, right? They're here to assist you. You're not here to assist them. They're here to assist you. So how are you utilizing these tools? Well, I'm utilizing these tools based on the video I've seen to help get my man back. Yeah, but how that candle burns is going to tell you if your man coming back. How that kind of burn going to tell you if you should even worry about that man. How that kind of burns will actually tell you if another man is coming in. How that kind of burns will tell you the time frame is coming. So you're burning candle. Well, the candle burnt down good, Mystic, but I don't know what that means. Is he coming or is he not coming? Or it was clear, Mystic, is that a good sign he's coming? Yeah, but I don't want to just see if he's coming. I want to kind of get an estimate of when he's coming. And that's what spirit does when you do real candle work. Not just burning candle, that's it. You know, like I said, when you play with 7-day candles, bitch, you got to have 7 days to devote to this. You know, that's why a lot of people like tea lights. They like little voltiers. You know, people like those little small ones because it's 4 hours. You focus 4 hours, you let it go, that's it. But 7 days is for the big girls. 9 days for the big girls. 21 days, like, girl, the higher up you go, the more concentration needs. And a lot of people have not even mastered tea lights. And it's like, well, that's why your shit ain't working though, because you haven't even mastered the 7-day candle. You don't even know how it really works. So yes, Magic, you have to go with your own intuition. The High Priestess card to you, and it's a feeling. When I see the High Priestess card, what does this card resonate with me? And like I said, it's a different resonation, right? Every time you pull that card, it's something different. I done pulled the Queen of Hearts so many times, and for some people, it's been good. It's been good interpretations, like, oh my God, yes, oh, this is a loving person. Oh, and for other people, it was like, oh shit, wait a minute, hold up. The Queen of Hearts is usually a good person, but in this situation, this is a crooked ass bitch that's going to use what she got to get what she want, and you know who she is. And then it's like, oh shit, okay. So, like I said, it's what you're feeling. Now, if you don't have that insight, then of course you're going to read the tarot card. Oh, the High Priestess. Oh, this is the creative person. Oh, like you're going to go off the book. Oh, the High Priestess came up. Oh. But even going into that, people have got readings with the High Priestess card, and no one has ever. Oh well, some of them have said when they got readings, they were never told they were pregnant. They were actually anyway. But the High Priest card also could represent pregnancy, or even going into what you're working on is coming into existence. You're going to be giving birth to something. But going even into that, on the flip side, you're going to be mastering something. You're in full control of what's going on. So like I said, it depends on the situation, but it takes a true divinator to see that, right? It takes a full, true person who can read energy and spirit to say, wait. And we call that intuitive counseling as well, because a lot of people use the word intuitive counselor. I counsel people off of my intuition. Definitely good, but you're going off what you're feeling. Well, this is what I'm seeing, but no two cards are the same. No two readers read the same. Well, come on, you're going to get it. Yep. There you go, Key. Yes, honey. Mm-hmm. Come on, honey. Thank you. Thank you, Magic Cat. I'll be waiting though, Magic Cat. If you email it to me, I've been checking my spam a lot lately too. If you email me and I do not respond to you within, I would say a day, email me again, because the first one don't come through, the second one's gonna come through. Yes. So email me again and I will gladly respond, because I know you said you're gonna email, and I'm like, did she ever email me? Because I could have sworn I seen your email. I could have sworn I seen it. But when I look back, I'm like, I don't see it. And I even checked the spam stuff, so I'm like, was I dreaming? Or maybe you said you were emailing me and then I kind of had a dream about it. I don't know. But yes, email me. Mm-hmm. Yes, honey. Yes. So listen, y'all. Let me go. I gotta walk a neighbor, so I gotta do my little thing before I go to bed. Yes, honey. We got some tea. I got some hot Cheetos, honey. I need to chow down a little bit of my hot Cheetos before I go to bed. I went to Walmart, honey. Yes, girl. We got some tea today. Mm-hmm. We got some tea today, honey. I'm gonna crack down on these hot Cheetos. Definitely, honey. We got some tea we gotta do today. Hell yeah, girl, bye. I gotta feed my spirits, honey. Perfect. Okay, I'm stop. SpiritMystic8 at gmail.com, SpiritMystic.blogspot.com. Okay, y'all? And we'll be back again because, like I said, I got some tea that I want to get into. Y'all know I've been talking about this paranormal stuff, and we've been doing a lot of stuff and a lot of tea. And I'm going to get some of the tea on camera too. But that's what we'll be talking about along the next time, honey. You really don't like those cards. I think they're Star Tarot. I want to throw them away. They're too large. Tarot cards are actually good for spells too. They're very good for spells. And also, even going into reading tarot, there's many ways that you can actually read tarot. Like, it's not just the format of pulling out the card, doing spreads. There's other ways you can read tarot too. In fact, one of the old ways of reading tarot was actually keeping the card flat and feeling what you're feeling with the cards. And then going in and saying, this situation is going to be very difficult, and then you start pulling over, and literally you make contact with these cards. And that was an ancient way of how to read tarot. Like I said, now it's just a shuffle, do the spread, pull over. Aha! Whoa, we got this card, that card, this card. That means this, now, blah, 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 blah. Yeah. You have to connect with the cards. That's why my favorite type of reading is dream interpretation, because of course it's very personal. I'm seeing visually what it is that you need to be doing. With the cards, I'm also seeing it too, but it's kind of like I'm there, but I'm not there, and it's kind of like a trance thing. I sleep naturally. I dream naturally. There's no time I don't dream. Like, I'm always dreaming. So that's a little more natural. I'm actually in it. So I'm like, ooh, there's a man, honey. And that man looked crazy, honey. He looked very crazy. In fact, he almost was trying to attack me. So this man is very controlling, huh? Like that. I love that. Like I said, cards I also love as well, because it kind of takes you out and you see what you need to see. But I feel like it's too simple. It's too easy. So you want people like, what kind of reading should I give it to you? I'm like, I think you should do an ancestor reading or dream interpretation reading, because going into the cards being pulled, it could be vague. It could be in depth. Well, I won't say none of my readings are vague, but it could be just deep, but not just that deep. With the other types of readings, bitch, I'm seeing all the tea. And of course, going into readings, there are some spreads you can use 21 cards, but it's like, what I look like sitting there interpreting 21 different cards to one damn person. But bitch, that would take some time. Hi, okay, so we've got this card right here, this card with that, blah, blah, blah. And of course, you break it down in sections. Like, the first 7 deals with this, the second 7 deal with it, the last 7 deal with that. The first 3, the first 9, or these 3, this 3, this 3, this 2, this 2, this 1. Like that. It depends on how you're doing a spread. But either way, like I said, that gets kind of boring. Like, you become exhausted more so from interpreting the cards, not more so from giving the reading. So it's like, ugh. Like, I want to become exhausted from giving the reading, not interpreting what I'm seeing through the cards. So, anyway. Yes. There you go. Hello, Melly. Hey, Melly, I forgot my email from you, Melly. Melly, what that email? I haven't got the email yet. You get the last video, Melly? My next available day for a reading would be Wednesday. But see, that's why I was telling you, because everything is first come, first serve. So, of course, right now, because PayPal's down, you're actually able to email me and say, hey, are you available for a reading right now? And then, of course, send the money through Google Wallet or whatever. But currently, right now, it's Wednesday, it's Friday, and it's Sunday. And I even want to make it to where I'm only available 2 days out of the week for readings and still limit my readings to like 4 readings a day. Because readings could be a little draining. And sometimes, let's say let me give you a good example. Let's say if I'm doing some work for someone and we're doing something that's just really, really heavy that requires a lot of my energy, a lot of my time. For me to turn that off and to switch up and give a reading, now I'm in that reading mode. And let's say we were doing work on protection. And then someone hit me up with a reading on job. Then I have to switch into that. And then that right there, I will feel torn and that would just be very draining. So then the next day, I have to like either take time off or just reconnect myself. So like I said, it could just be too much. So eventually what I want to do, and probably when I say eventually, like probably starting June 1st, do readings only on certain days, like 2 days out of the week, to where I focus on that. So when I'm doing people's casework, that be the day I don't do no casework. I'm actually really only focusing on readings. So I'm not getting in the point, getting out. But sometimes like people book their readings. I'm like, yes, I'm free on Wednesday. And then Tuesday, someone hit me up for some casework. We get the casework and it's some real serious casework. And I'm like, oh my God, I have a reading to do on Wednesday and we're doing some work on this. And it's like, oh, this is going to be very interesting. So I will try to go to bed earlier so I can have more time with spirit, or I'll try to work around that, but sometimes it's too hard. So I even have to like push people's casework, not casework, readings. I'll say, oh, can we do the reading tomorrow? Because I'm literally in that element of doing that casework, and me flipping into the reading, it would just be too much. It'll be too much. And also mentally, that's how people get fucked up mentally, because, you're in this space and then you're in this space and then you're pulling on all the energy and then you kind of be like, whoa, what, who, what, when, why, how, what is this? How did it, oh. Then you want to fuck people up and all that. So I like to be in control of my emotions, my feelings, and my space. So like I said, I want to eventually make it certain days to do certain readings. And then of course, maybe certain days it's or to get in and do a reading, like let's say Wednesday. If I'm only doing readings on Tuesdays and Fridays, for you to get a reading on a Wednesday, that's where the fast urgent reading come in at. Like you literally get you get it outside of those days available. But if you get regular readings, it'll only be like Tuesdays and Fridays, or Wednesdays only, or Wednesdays and Sundays, or whatever days I decide. But that's what I think I want to do. It'll be a lot easier. Perfect. Check. Yes, Melly. Melly, it's been like 2 months. Well, it's been a month. Get that, honey. Did you get that video? What's your opinion on the Leonardo cards? Lenormand cards. Now I need to look into that, Magic Cat, because you're the second one that brought up those cards. Okay, you're the second one that brought up those cards. Because many people don't know there's different types of playing cards. Okay, so you're the second one that mentioned something about that. Like, what do you think of these cards? How do you think these cards? Blah 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 blah. So I'm gonna look up what exactly they are, and I'll tell you, Magic Cat. Perfect. Yes, email me, honey. Yep. Yep, email me. Today's Tuesday. Today, like I said, I have a very important meeting today. I'll be hanging out with my mom today. I'm still working on, some people's work. So we'll be doing that. I need to clean out my car today. I need to clean up here a little bit, organize a little more, kind of do some light stuff. And yeah, because like I said, listen, honey. Birthday next month, bitch. I want to have fun. So, bitch, I'm going to be pulling in all my tea. You hear me? I'm going to be doing my spiritual stuff. I'm going to be doing my other stuff. Like, girl, we going to be working, bitch. Girl, hello, hello, hello. Let me stop. Perfect. Perfect, Magic Cat. I'm going to definitely look into them. Mm. Well, I'm going to check them out, honey. I'm going to check them out. I like cards that are challenging. I think the Rider cards to me were a little more simple. There's some cards, like I said, I own the zombie deck. There's a deck of cards called the zombie deck, which is very challenging, actually. What else? I have these little sacred geometry or little geometric designs. I forgot the name of those cards. I have the Isis deck, which I use those cards only for, like, when I say only for special occasions, like only for special occasions. You hear me? Only for special special occasions. This shit's dusty. Only for special occasions. And you see what it says on the back? Awaken the high priestess within you. It's so crazy because these cards talk about a lot of higher perspective things, like really, really, really. And of course, going into this, these are more in depth, like the cards are not in here, the book is that, because I don't like to go by the book. But look what's on the back of the book too. Isn't that beautiful? Love it, honey. Love it, honey. Love it, honey. I wish they would have made her a little more less Phoenician and more Parisian, honey. But I don't read these little booklets and stuff because they'll tell you what these booklets mean. And what I love about it is, like some of the cards I'll pull on readings, and I've actually read like, oh, what does that card mean? And it will be exactly what I was saying about a certain situation. The other situations, I'm like, I must have read that wrong because that's not what I saw. And then, of course, people will be like, well, the reading game was definitely spot on. But like I said, I like to use this for like my retainment clients. If they need insight, I like to pull this out for them. I won't say I like to pull this out for my high-end clients because all you guys are my high-end clients, okay? But those cards are more like you got to really focus and yeah. That these cards are good for shadow working. These cards are good for using spells. You want to conjure up a certain energy. These cards are good for that. Actually, like very, very powerful, very, very potent. Some other tarot cards that I've tried to do works with that on. A few other kind of, we'll say, heavier handed cards. It was like, I'm not feeling it. But yes. Okay. Yes, the Oracle. Come on, Melly. Yes, come on, honey. You like the Oracle deck, honey, huh? Yes, honey. Yes, honey. Listen, they're all tarot to me, okay? But these are more heavier. The Oracle deck of cards are a little more heavier, honey. She's coming through. He's coming through. They're coming through, and they're gonna say, "Listen, bitch." They're not paying attention. And believe it or not, y'all, I literally was doing a reading on somebody. This was like 2 weeks ago with the playing cards. And we were doing the reading and a card fell out. And the cards that fell out are very important to put to the side because they're going to deal with the situation. And the card that I put to the side was, this person really don't give a damn. So I was going to tell him at the end of the reading, and everything I'm telling you right now is going to go in one ear out the other. Girl, I didn't have to tell her that. She was like, well, to be honest with you, I love the insight that you've given me, but I'm going to still do and I said, oh, you don't even got to tell me that, baby. The card that fell out the deck was, and I explained to her what it was, and this bitch told me that she wasn't going to give a fuck. And she fucking gagged, like, yeah, or when they become very like, well, wait, like, I didn't come to you for the reading. Like, I think what I'm sharing with you is something that you want to know. But sometimes people ask what they really don't want. That's why I say be careful what you ask for because you just might get it. And some people like to ask what they really don't want it. Like, can you tell me what you see with my life? Yeah, honey, I see a lot of misery. I see a lot of fucked upness. I see you being a messy ass person. And they're like, what? What? Whoa, hold up. I'm not really messy like that. Only if they make me. And then, well, I didn't really like this. Well, I mean, you asked me. I told you. You want me to lie to you then? Okay. Oh, you're so sweet. Girl, bye. I would like to say, honey, let me go ahead and give you back your money because I don't think you're ready for this type of reading. Got it. Good luck with that and have a good night, okay? Bye, girl. Okay. It is 28spirit8mystic8.blogspot.com. Very similar to the email, but you put .blogspot.com. Uh-huh. Also, no PayPal. Key, no PayPal right now. So payments are only going to be able to be accepted through Google Wallet. When you text me, I'll give you my Google Wallet email. I don't have my Cash App set up, but I can't set that up in Western Union because she got to get that tea, honey. Water with lemon. Ugh. Y'all, water with lemon is so fucking bomb, bitch. Mm-mm-mm. Mm. And this lemon just sat in the bottom of this cup. Feel the tanginess and the water. Mm-mm-mm. Oh, ooh, y'all. I love me some water, some lemon water. Yes. So you got it? You got it, Key? I wish I could. I need to go take this computer in. I need to call them today, HP, and send this computer in. And then pull this one up and put the little screen on there and do all that. But email me and I can see the direct link, Key. Okay? 28spirit8mystic8.blogspot.com. Y'all, I see y'all again, honey. Yes, it's still only 5:20, so I still got time, honey. Okay, you could do Google Wallet. Oh, you don't have. Oh, okay. Let me set up Apple Pay then. I got Apple Pay. Is Apple Pay fast? Let me set up Apple Pay then. I could have sworn I put my. Yeah, let me sign into my T. Because Google Pay is already set up, and Google Pay is very, very safe. I'm not saying Apple Pay is not. I'm not saying that Cash App is not. But Google Pay is instant. There's no fees. I love it, honey. I love it. It's like I gotta set it to where as soon as the payment go in, it gets put into my bank. I don't gotta sign in. They'll send me a little alert. Key sent you some money. I don't gotta worry about it. It's already going on my account. But Venmo and stuff, you gotta collect that shit. I don't like that shit, and it can take some time too. You too, Melly. Yeah, email me, honey. Yes, email me. Yeah. Let me go take my baby out, honey. We gotta get ready to go to bed. I'm supposed to get up at 10 o'clock. I'm gonna probably get up at 11, and then tell my mom I'll be to her around 1. And yeah, honey. Anyway, yes, honey. Bye, everybody. Thank y'all for stopping by. I hope y'all have a good Tuesday. Today is a great day, honey, to get out there and get some of that. Well, it's going to be rainy over here. Man. It's going to be rainy and pouring down, honey. I'm just waiting for it to just hit. That's why I'm about to take a news out right now. Thank God we got like little ports and stuff so I can walk them underneath it so you can pee still. But I'm like, oh, honey. Oh, it said after the 22nd. I can't wait until the 22nd, which is Wednesday, honey. There won't be no more. Anyway, y'all, bye for now.